What if the key to true happiness lies within you? What if being alone isn't a sign of loneliness, but an opportunity for personal growth, peace, and self-discovery? In this audiobook, we unlock the secrets to embracing solitude, cultivating self-love, and building a life filled with fulfillment without needing external validation. It's time to stop fearing being alone and start seeing it as a powerful path to happiness. You have everything you need within you to thrive on your own. Let's begin this transformative journey today. Chapter 1. Understanding the power of solitude. Solitude often carries a negative connotation in our society, where the value of being surrounded by people is emphasized. Many people fear being alone, seeing it as loneliness or isolation. However, solitude can be an incredibly powerful tool for personal growth. It offers the space for deep reflection, creativity, and emotional clarity. When you embrace solitude, you give yourself the opportunity to connect with your inner self, free from the distractions and expectations of others. In these moments, you can hear your own thoughts more clearly and understand what you truly need, want, and value. Being alone allows you to recharge mentally, emotionally, and physically. Constant socializing and external demands can drain your energy, leaving you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. When you embrace solitude, you restore your energy and give yourself permission to relax without guilt. It's in these quiet moments that you can find peace and quiet your mind. Whether it's through reading, meditation, or simply sitting in silence, solitude enables you to reflect on your life and reset your mental state. Solitude also provides an opportunity for self-discovery. When you're alone, you can focus on your own needs, desires, and goals without being influenced by others' opinions or judgments. It's in these moments of solitude that you can reflect on your past experiences, identify your strengths, and learn from your mistakes. This self-awareness allows you to grow, make better decisions, and become more confident in your choices. In solitude, you develop a deeper connection with yourself, which is the foundation for living a fulfilling and authentic life. One of the most powerful aspects of solitude is its ability to spark creativity. Without the constant noise and distractions of the outside world, your mind is free to explore new ideas, solutions, and possibilities. Many great artists, writers, and thinkers have credited solitude as the space where their best ideas were born. Whether you're working on a personal project, career goals, or simply seeking inspiration, solitude can provide the quiet and focus needed to tap into your creative potential. Solitude also helps you develop emotional resilience. When you spend time alone, you learn how to cope with your emotions without relying on others for validation or support. You become more self-sufficient, able to handle challenges and setbacks with a stronger sense of inner strength. Solitude teaches you how to sit with your feelings, process them, and move forward without feeling overwhelmed. This emotional independence makes you less reliant on external sources for happiness and fulfillment, empowering you to live your life on your own terms. Furthermore, solitude can strengthen your relationships with others. By taking time to be alone, you allow yourself the opportunity to reflect on your interactions and identify what you truly value in your relationships. When you understand your own needs and boundaries, you can communicate them more clearly to others. This leads to healthier, more meaningful connections. Solitude gives you the clarity to understand what you want from others, and it allows you to be more present and authentic when you do engage with them. Solitude is not about avoiding people or isolating yourself from the world. It is about creating space for yourself in a world that often demands your attention. By learning to enjoy your own company, you gain a deeper appreciation for the peace and clarity that comes with solitude. It is not an absence of others, but a chance to focus on your own thoughts and desires, giving you the tools to live a more fulfilling and balanced life. In conclusion, understanding the power of solitude is about shifting your perspective. Instead of fearing being alone, embrace it as an opportunity for personal growth, emotional healing, and creative expression. When you learn to appreciate and value your own company, you unlock the potential to live a more peaceful, self-aware, and fulfilling life. Solitude is not a punishment or something to be avoided. It's a gift that allows you to connect with your true self and move forward with clarity and purpose. Chapter 2. Embracing Self-Love and Acceptance. Self-love and acceptance are the cornerstones of a fulfilled and balanced life. Many people struggle with self-doubt and insecurity, often seeking validation from others. However, true happiness and peace come from within. Embracing self-love means accepting yourself as you are, acknowledging your worth, and treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love and respect, simply because you exist, not because of what you do or how others perceive you. The foundation of self-love starts with shifting your mindset. Often we are our own harshest critics, focusing on our flaws and shortcomings. But self-love requires us to recognize that imperfections are part of being human. No one is perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes. Instead of judging yourself for your flaws, practice kindness. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations, and remind yourself of your strengths and qualities that make you unique. Self-love is about embracing all parts of yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, successes, and failures, without judgment. Self-acceptance is closely tied to self-love. Accepting yourself means letting go of unrealistic expectations and embracing who you are right now. It's about recognizing that you don't need to change to be worthy of love and respect. You don't need to meet society's standards or fit into a specific mold. You are enough as you are, and once you accept yourself fully, you free yourself from the constant pressure to be someone else. Accepting yourself means forgiving yourself for past mistakes, letting go of regret, and focusing on the present moment. One important aspect of self-love is setting healthy boundaries. When you love yourself, you recognize your needs and prioritize your well-being. This means saying no when something doesn't align with your values or when you need time to recharge. Setting boundaries is a sign of self-respect and self-worth. It allows you to protect your energy, preserve your peace, and ensure that your relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. When you set boundaries with others, you reinforce your commitment to caring for yourself. Another key element of self-love is practicing self-care. Self-care is not a selfish act. It's a necessary one. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being is essential for maintaining balance and energy. Whether it's taking time for a relaxing bath, practicing mindfulness, going for a walk, or indulging in a favorite hobby, self-care helps you nurture yourself. It's about making time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, and recognizing that you deserve this time for yourself. Self-love also involves accepting your imperfections and learning to love them. Often we focus on what we wish we could change about ourselves, whether it's our appearance, our habits, or our past mistakes. But self-love encourages us to see these imperfections as part of our unique story. Instead of striving for perfection, learn to embrace the beautiful parts of yourself that make you who you are. Recognizing your imperfections as opportunities for growth and self-awareness allows you to feel more at peace with yourself and your journey. To truly embrace self-love and acceptance, it's important to practice gratitude. Focusing on what you appreciate about yourself and your life helps shift your mindset from lack to abundance. Take time each day to reflect on your strengths, accomplishments, and qualities that make you unique. By practicing gratitude for who you are and where you are, you build a positive relationship with yourself. This practice of gratitude strengthens your self-esteem and encourages a mindset of abundance, where you recognize that you are worthy of happiness and success. Self-love also means being patient with yourself. It's easy to be impatient and demand immediate results when it comes to personal growth or healing. But true self-love requires patience and understanding. It means accepting that growth is a process and that it's okay to take things one step at a time. Be gentle with yourself as you move through challenges and trust that you are on the right path. Patience allows you to nurture your own growth without rushing or forcing yourself to be somewhere you're not. A key aspect of self-acceptance is learning to let go of comparisons. In today's world, it's easy to compare ourselves to others, whether through social media, our peers, or societal expectations. But comparing yourself to others only fuels feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Instead, focus on your own unique journey and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Embrace your individuality and trust that your path is just as valuable as anyone else's. When you let go of comparisons, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure and give yourself permission to thrive on your own terms. Self-love also involves recognizing and celebrating your achievements. It's important to acknowledge your successes, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrating your progress reinforces your belief in your abilities and boosts your self-esteem. When you take time to reflect on what you've accomplished, you remind yourself that you are capable and deserving of success. This practice of self-celebration fosters a positive self-image and encourages you to keep moving forward with confidence. Being kind to yourself is a vital part of self-love. We often extend kindness and compassion to others, but we forget to show the same kindness to ourselves. When you are kind to yourself, you allow yourself to make mistakes without judgment and treat yourself with the same empathy you would offer to a loved one. This kindness helps build a healthy relationship with yourself, free from harsh criticism or self-blame. Over time, this practice of self-compassion nurtures your self-esteem and creates a strong foundation for happiness. Self-love is also about taking responsibility for your own happiness. While it's natural to seek validation and support from others, your happiness ultimately comes from within. You are in control of your emotions, reactions, and mindset. By embracing self-love, you take ownership of your life and happiness, realizing that you have the power to create the life you want. This sense of self-empowerment enables you to make choices that align with your values, goals, and desires, leading to a more fulfilling life. In conclusion, embracing self-love and acceptance is the key to living a fulfilling and authentic life. It starts with accepting yourself as you are, letting go of unrealistic expectations, and prioritizing your own needs and well-being. By cultivating self-love, you build a strong foundation for happiness, personal growth, and emotional resilience. Self-love is not about perfection. It's about honoring who you are and treating yourself with kindness and respect. When you embrace self-love and acceptance, you create the space to live your life on your own terms and experience true fulfillment. Chapter 3. The Art of Enjoying Your Own Company. Learning to enjoy your own company is one of the most rewarding and liberating skills you can develop. In a world that constantly pressures us to be surrounded by others, finding peace and happiness in solitude is a powerful form of self-care and personal growth. Many people fear being alone, associating solitude with boredom or loneliness. However, when you learn the art of enjoying your own company, you realize that being alone can be a time of deep connection with yourself, personal reflection, and endless possibility. The first step in enjoying your own company is to let go of the belief that you need others to feel complete. It's easy to believe that happiness comes from external sources, friends, family, or romantic relationships, but true happiness begins within. When you embrace solitude, you realize that you are enough just as you are. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You are whole on your own. This mindset shift allows you to enjoy being alone without feeling the need to fill the silence with distractions or constant interactions. One of the most fulfilling ways to enjoy your own company is by engaging in activities that bring you joy and satisfaction. This might include reading, writing, painting, exercising, or any activity that brings you a sense of accomplishment or peace. The key is to choose activities that you genuinely enjoy, not because you feel obligated to do them, but because they make you feel good. When you engage in activities that nurture your passions, you not only enjoy your own company, but also cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. In solitude, you also have the opportunity to reconnect with your thoughts and feelings. It's easy to get lost in the noise of everyday life and lose touch with your inner self. But when you're alone, you can take time to reflect on your emotions, desires, and goals. This self-reflection helps you better understand your needs and aspirations, guiding you toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. Enjoying your own company allows you to tune into your inner voice and make decisions that align with your true self. Another important aspect of enjoying your own company is learning to be comfortable in silence. In a world full of distractions and noise, silence can feel uncomfortable or unnerving. However, when you learn to embrace silence, you create the space for introspection, creativity, and relaxation. Silence isn't an absence of activity. It's an opportunity for your mind to rest, process, and rejuvenate. By learning to enjoy quiet moments, you open yourself up to deeper understanding and peace. Spending time alone also allows you to break free from external expectations and pressures. Often, when we are around others, we feel the need to perform or meet certain expectations, whether it's to be entertaining, productive, or agreeable. But when you're alone, there's no pressure to be anyone other than yourself. You can let go of the need to impress or please others and focus solely on what makes you happy. This freedom to be yourself, without judgment or obligation, is one of the most rewarding aspects of enjoying your own company. It's important to remember that solitude doesn't mean isolation. While being alone is a chance to recharge and reflect, it's also an opportunity to build a deeper connection with yourself. It's about finding peace in your own presence and being content with who you are in the moment. Enjoying your own company isn't about avoiding others. It's about learning to be self-sufficient and fulfilled, so that when you do engage with others, it comes from a place of wholeness rather than neediness. Being comfortable in your own company also allows you to build emotional resilience. When you are alone, you learn to navigate your emotions without relying on others to help you manage them. This doesn't mean you have to handle everything on your own, but it does mean that you develop the strength to process your feelings independently. Solitude helps you build emotional awareness and coping skills, making you better equipped to face life's challenges with confidence. Another key benefit of enjoying your own company is the opportunity to create routines and habits that support your well-being. When you're alone, you have the freedom to design your day in a way that serves your needs and priorities. You can focus on activities that enhance your mental, physical, and emotional health, such as exercise, meditation, or creative pursuits. Enjoying your own company gives you the space to establish positive habits and routines that nurture your growth and happiness. Enjoying your own company also leads to greater self-discovery. As you spend time alone, you uncover hidden talents, passions, and desires that may have been overshadowed by the demands of others. Solitude provides the opportunity to explore your interests and expand your horizons. Whether it's trying something new, learning a new skill, or simply giving yourself the time and space to think, being alone allows you to discover more about who you are and what you truly want in life. One of the most powerful benefits of enjoying your own company is the sense of freedom it provides. When you're comfortable being alone, you no longer rely on others for validation or approval. You make decisions based on what feels right for you, without needing to seek external permission or approval. This sense of independence and freedom allows you to live authentically and follow your own path, without being swayed by others' opinions or expectations. It's also important to recognize that being alone doesn't mean you are unworthy or incapable of forming relationships. In fact, learning to enjoy your own company makes you a stronger, more independent individual, which in turn makes you a better friend, partner, or family member. When you are comfortable being alone, you bring a sense of wholeness and self-assurance to your relationships, allowing them to thrive without the pressure of needing others to fulfill your emotional needs. Over time, as you practice the art of enjoying your own company, you'll notice a deeper sense of fulfillment in your life. You'll become more in tune with your desires and priorities, and you'll learn to appreciate the simple moments of peace and joy that come from being by yourself. The more you embrace your own company, the more you realize that happiness doesn't come from external sources, but from within. By learning to enjoy being alone, you unlock a deeper, more meaningful connection to yourself and your life. In conclusion, the art of enjoying your own company is a powerful and transformative practice that leads to self-discovery, emotional resilience, and true happiness. By embracing solitude, you give yourself the opportunity to grow, reflect, and connect with your inner self. Instead of fearing being alone, you can learn to appreciate it as a source of peace, inspiration, and personal growth. Enjoying your own company allows you to live a more authentic, fulfilling life, one where you are empowered to follow your own path and create the life you truly desire. Chapter 4. Overcoming the fear of loneliness. The fear of loneliness is one of the most common fears that many people face, yet it often stems from misconceptions and misunderstanding of what loneliness truly is. We tend to view loneliness as something negative, an emotional void that must be avoided at all costs. But in reality, loneliness is not inherently bad. It is simply a feeling, and like all feelings, it is temporary. Learning to overcome the fear of loneliness begins with redefining our understanding of it. Instead of seeing it as a punishment, we can view it as an opportunity for growth, self-reflection, and even peace. One of the first steps in overcoming the fear of loneliness is recognizing that being alone doesn't mean being isolated. We often associate loneliness with a lack of connection to others, but being alone is not the same as being lonely. Solitude allows us the space to focus on ourselves and reconnect with who we are, without the distractions or pressures from the outside world. It's important to understand that solitude can be a healthy and necessary part of life. It can help you gain clarity, discover new aspects of yourself, and nurture your personal growth. When you fear loneliness, you may find yourself seeking external sources of validation or companionship, often out of a sense of desperation or insecurity. This need for constant external affirmation can be exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling. Overcoming the fear of loneliness requires the ability to be content with your own company. Learning to enjoy time alone and engage in activities that nurture your mind and spirit can help you develop a sense of self-sufficiency and independence. In this way, you begin to realize that your happiness does not rely on the presence of others. It comes from within. Another way to overcome the fear of loneliness is by shifting your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Instead of dwelling on the absence of others, take stock of the positives in your life. Reflect on your strengths, your abilities, and your capacity to thrive on your own. The fear of loneliness often arises from a sense of lack, believing that you need others to feel complete. By reframing your perspective and recognizing the value and wholeness you already possess, you can start to let go of that fear and embrace the power of being alone. Loneliness can also become a powerful tool for self-discovery. When we spend time alone, we are given the space to explore our inner world, our thoughts, and our emotions. Without the influence of others, we can hear our own voices more clearly and gain insight into what we truly want from life. Embracing solitude allows you to reconnect with your true desires and passions. Instead of fearing loneliness, you can use it as a time to reconnect with your authentic self, understanding your needs, and exploring new interests that might have been previously overshadowed by external distractions. Sometimes the fear of loneliness stems from the fear of facing ourselves. We may avoid solitude because it forces us to confront our insecurities, unresolved emotions, or fears. However, learning to face these uncomfortable feelings is an important part of personal growth. Instead of running away from solitude, try sitting with your emotions and allowing them to pass without judgment. By confronting your fears in the safety of solitude, you can gradually transform them. Over time, you'll begin to recognize that solitude is a safe space for emotional healing and growth, not something to be feared. Social media and modern technology have also intensified the fear of loneliness. With the constant connectivity and comparison that social media encourages, it's easy to believe that being alone means being disconnected or less than others. However, constantly seeking external validation from likes, comments, or messages only reinforces the fear of being alone. Overcoming this fear requires stepping back from these digital distractions and embracing moments of true solitude. Disconnecting from the constant stream of information allows you to reconnect with yourself and break free from the unhealthy need for external approval. Overcoming the fear of loneliness also means learning to develop meaningful relationships with others, while not relying on them for your sense of worth or happiness. It's important to have connections that enrich your life, but these relationships should not be the foundation of your happiness. True fulfillment comes from within, and healthy relationships should complement your life, not complete it. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you create a foundation of emotional independence that makes your connections with others more fulfilling and balanced. Another aspect of overcoming the fear of loneliness is learning to recognize and change negative thought patterns. We often exaggerate the impact of being alone, imagining worst-case scenarios where we are abandoned or rejected. These thoughts can reinforce the fear of loneliness and prevent us from embracing solitude. By practicing mindfulness and awareness, you can observe these negative thoughts without allowing them to control you. When these thoughts arise, challenge them with positive affirmations and reminders of the strengths and benefits that come with solitude. With time, you can reshape your thoughts around loneliness and develop a healthier, more empowered mindset. The fear of loneliness can also be rooted in the belief that we are not enough on our own. This belief is often linked to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. To overcome this fear, it's important to practice self-compassion and affirm your worthiness, regardless of your relationship status or social connections. You are worthy of love and happiness simply because you exist. Embracing this belief allows you to release the fear of loneliness, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Developing hobbies and interests that you enjoy can also help ease the fear of loneliness. When you fill your time with activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, being alone becomes a source of productivity and personal satisfaction. Whether it's learning a new skill, exploring a creative project, or getting lost in a good book, finding joy in your own company reduces the need for external distractions. Engaging in activities that nourish your mind and spirit helps you see that time alone is an opportunity for self-expression and growth, rather than something to fear. Lastly, overcoming the fear of loneliness requires patience and practice. The more you embrace solitude, the easier it becomes to enjoy your own company. Start small by taking short moments of time for yourself and gradually increasing the time you spend alone. With practice, you'll begin to appreciate the peace, clarity, and personal growth that comes with being alone. Over time, you will realize that loneliness is not something to fear, but an opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen your relationship with yourself. In conclusion, overcoming the fear of loneliness is about changing your perspective and embracing solitude as a powerful tool for personal growth. Instead of seeing loneliness as something negative, learn to view it as an opportunity for self-reflection, emotional healing, and self-discovery. With time, patience, and self-compassion, you can transform the fear of loneliness into a source of empowerment and learn to enjoy the peace and freedom that comes with being comfortable in your own company. Chapter 5. Building Emotional Resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, trauma, or stressful situations while maintaining a positive outlook and emotional balance. It's the strength to not only cope with life's challenges, but to grow stronger because of them. Building emotional resilience doesn't mean avoiding difficulties, but rather learning how to navigate through them with a sense of inner strength and adaptability. Resilience is not an innate trait. It's something that can be developed and strengthened over time, and it starts with acknowledging that life will bring challenges, but how we respond to them is what matters most. The first step in building emotional resilience is cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and emotions are not fixed, but can evolve with effort and learning. When you approach challenges with this mindset, you see them as opportunities to grow, rather than obstacles to avoid. This shift in thinking allows you to embrace difficulties and setbacks as valuable learning experiences. Instead of feeling defeated when things go wrong, you begin to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can I use this to become stronger? Another key to emotional resilience is learning to regulate your emotions. Emotional regulation involves recognizing and understanding your feelings, allowing you to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you are in tune with your emotions, you can choose how to respond rather than letting your emotions dictate your actions. Techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling can help you process emotions in a healthy way, preventing emotional overwhelm. This control over your emotional responses helps you maintain composure during difficult times and strengthens your resilience. Building emotional resilience also involves accepting that pain, discomfort, and difficulty are part of life. It's easy to think that emotional resilience means never feeling sad, frustrated, or hurt, but that's not the case. Emotional resilience is about accepting these emotions as a natural part of the human experience, while also learning how to navigate through them without letting them control your life. The ability to sit with discomfort, process it, and move forward is a vital skill that enhances resilience. Resilient individuals don't suppress their emotions. Instead, they acknowledge them, feel them, and then let them pass without getting stuck in them. Another vital aspect of emotional resilience is building a support system. While emotional resilience involves personal strength, it doesn't mean going through life alone. Having a network of supportive friends, family, or mentors can provide invaluable emotional strength during tough times. When you face a challenge, knowing that you have people who care about you, who will listen without judgment, and who will offer encouragement, can make a significant difference in your ability to cope and persevere. Building strong, healthy relationships is key to nurturing your emotional resilience, as these connections remind you that you are not alone. Self-compassion plays an important role in emotional resilience. Being kind and gentle with yourself during tough times helps you avoid the trap of self-criticism and negative self-talk. When you experience setbacks or failures, it's easy to be hard on yourself and question your worth. However, practicing self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. This practice helps you maintain a sense of self-worth, even in the face of challenges, and encourages you to keep going, knowing that mistakes are part of growth. Building emotional resilience also means learning to adapt to change. Life is full of unexpected events, and the ability to adjust to these changes is an essential part of emotional resilience. Resilient people are not rigid in their thinking but flexible, open to new ideas and ways of doing things. When things don't go as planned, they are able to pivot and find new solutions rather than becoming stuck or overwhelmed. Embracing change with an open mind helps you navigate uncertainty with confidence and allows you to continue moving forward despite the challenges you face. Gratitude is another powerful tool in building emotional resilience. When life feels difficult, it can be easy to focus on what's going wrong, but practicing gratitude shifts your focus to what is going well. Keeping a gratitude journal or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life can help you cultivate a more resilient mindset. Gratitude helps you appreciate what you have, even in difficult times, and reminds you that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how small. Taking care of your physical health is also essential to emotional resilience. Our physical and emotional well-being are deeply connected. When we are physically well, we have more energy, clarity, and mental strength to handle challenges. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep all play a role in enhancing your emotional resilience. Taking care of your body helps reduce stress, improve mood, and increase your capacity to cope with adversity. When your body is strong, your mind and emotions are better equipped to face difficulties head-on. Developing problem-solving skills is crucial in building emotional resilience. When life presents challenges, the ability to approach them with a clear, solution-focused mindset is a powerful skill. Resilient individuals don't dwell on the problem or get stuck in frustration. Instead, they look for practical solutions, brainstorm ideas, and take actionable steps toward resolving the issue. This proactive mindset helps you feel more in control, reducing feelings of helplessness and strengthening your resilience. The more you practice problem-solving, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Patience is a key ingredient in emotional resilience. Sometimes recovery from difficult experiences or personal growth takes time. It's easy to want immediate results, but true resilience involves understanding that healing and growth are processes that unfold over time. Resilient individuals are patient with themselves and with others, trusting that progress will come with consistent effort. They understand that setbacks and delays are natural parts of the journey, and that the most important thing is to keep moving forward, no matter how slowly. Self-reflection is also an essential practice in building emotional resilience. By regularly assessing your emotions, behaviors, and reactions, you gain valuable insights into how you respond to stress and challenges. This self-awareness allows you to identify patterns, triggers, and areas for improvement. Reflection helps you understand your emotional needs and equips you with the tools to manage your emotions in healthier ways. By making self-reflection a habit, you strengthen your emotional resilience and become more adept at navigating difficult situations with grace and balance. Another important aspect of building emotional resilience is learning to set realistic expectations. When we expect perfection or immediate success, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Emotional resilience involves recognizing that life will not always go according to plan and that setbacks are inevitable. By setting more realistic expectations and being open to the possibility of things not going perfectly, we reduce frustration and stress. Learning to embrace imperfections and setbacks as part of the journey allows us to bounce back more quickly and move forward with resilience. Lastly, humor and a sense of perspective are invaluable tools for emotional resilience. Life's challenges can feel heavy, but laughter and a light-hearted perspective help you release tension and regain a sense of balance. Humor allows you to see the lighter side of difficult situations, making them easier to cope with. It also helps reduce stress and increases your ability to handle adversity. Cultivating a sense of humor in the face of challenges helps you maintain a positive outlook and reminds you that even in difficult times, there is always room for laughter and lightness. In conclusion, building emotional resilience is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong process of developing inner strength, adaptability, and emotional balance. By cultivating a growth mindset, learning to regulate your emotions, embracing self-compassion, and developing the skills to cope with change, you strengthen your ability to face life's challenges. Emotional resilience allows you to navigate adversity with confidence, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you have the strength and tools to overcome it. The more you practice and strengthen your emotional resilience, the more empowered you become to handle whatever life throws at you. Chapter 6. Creating Your Own Happiness. Happiness is often seen as something external, a result of life circumstances or the actions of others. However, the truth is that happiness is an internal state of being, something you have the power to create for yourself. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions or hoping that others will make you happy. It's about taking responsibility for your own emotional well-being and making choices that align with your true desires and values. The first step in creating your own happiness is recognizing that you hold the key to your happiness, and no one else can define it for you. One of the foundational elements of creating your own happiness is understanding that it is a mindset. Happiness is not a destination, but a way of thinking and being. Your mindset shapes the way you view the world and how you respond to challenges. By choosing a positive, grateful, and optimistic mindset, you create a fertile ground for happiness to grow. When you change the way you think, you change the way you experience life. Even in difficult circumstances, cultivating a positive mindset allows you to find joy and peace, rather than focusing on what's wrong or what's missing. Another important step in creating your own happiness is learning to appreciate the present moment. We often get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, but true happiness exists in the here and now. When you focus on the present, you release the weight of anxiety and uncertainty. Embrace the simple joys of life, whether it's a walk in nature, a good book, or a warm cup of coffee. By practicing mindfulness and being fully present in each moment, you allow happiness to naturally emerge from your surroundings and experiences. Gratitude is a powerful tool in creating your own happiness. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention away from what's lacking in your life. Gratitude opens the door to abundance and helps you recognize the many blessings that are already present. Keeping a gratitude journal where you write down the things you appreciate each day can significantly enhance your happiness. This simple practice helps you train your mind to seek out the positive and notice the beauty in everyday life, creating a deep sense of contentment. Creating your own happiness also means letting go of expectations. We often set ourselves up for disappointment by expecting certain outcomes, whether it's from relationships, work, or personal goals. When things don't go as planned, it can feel like a personal failure. However, by releasing rigid expectations and allowing life to unfold naturally, you reduce the pressure on yourself. Happiness comes from accepting life as it is, embracing both the ups and downs with grace, and trusting that everything happens for a reason. Self-compassion plays a key role in creating happiness. We are often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards and punishing ourselves for mistakes. However, true happiness arises when we learn to treat ourselves with kindness, understanding, and patience. Instead of berating yourself for shortcomings, practice self-compassion by acknowledging your imperfections without judgment. Understand that mistakes are a part of being human and are opportunities for growth, not reasons to feel bad about yourself. By practicing self-compassion, you create the space for inner peace and happiness to flourish. Another way to create your own happiness is by aligning your life with your values. When your actions and choices are in line with what you truly believe in, you experience a sense of fulfillment and purpose. This alignment creates a deep sense of contentment because you are living authentically, without compromising your integrity. Whether your values are based on kindness, creativity, adventure, or personal growth, living according to them allows you to feel truly happy in your own skin. It's important to regularly assess whether your current lifestyle matches your values and to make changes if necessary to bring more authenticity into your life. Taking responsibility for your happiness also involves setting boundaries. Often we let the demands and needs of others dictate how we spend our time and energy. This can leave us feeling depleted and disconnected from our own desires. By setting healthy boundaries, you protect your emotional well-being and ensure that you have the time and energy to focus on what truly brings you joy. Boundaries allow you to prioritize your needs without feeling guilty, which in turn fosters a greater sense of happiness and balance. Creating your own happiness also means choosing to focus on what you can control. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be things outside of your control. However, you do have control over how you respond to situations, how you take care of yourself, and how you manage your thoughts and emotions. Instead of dwelling on the things you can't change, focus on taking proactive steps to improve your well-being and mindset. This sense of agency and empowerment enhances your happiness by reminding you that you have the ability to create the life you want. Forgiveness is another powerful practice in creating your own happiness. Holding on to grudges or unresolved anger weighs heavily on your heart and mind, preventing you from experiencing peace and joy. When you forgive others and yourself, you release the emotional baggage that keeps you stuck. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means freeing yourself from the negative emotions that tie you to the past. By practicing forgiveness, you open the door to emotional healing, which allows happiness to flow more freely into your life. Living with purpose is closely connected to creating happiness. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you feel motivated and inspired to take action toward your goals. This sense of direction provides a deep sense of fulfillment, as you know that you are working toward something meaningful. Whether your purpose is to help others, create something beautiful, or grow personally, having a sense of purpose gives your life meaning and contributes to your overall happiness. Cultivating positive relationships is also crucial to creating your own happiness. While happiness ultimately comes from within, the people you surround yourself with can either uplift or drain your energy. Choose to invest in relationships that bring out the best in you, relationships that are supportive, encouraging, and filled with mutual respect. By fostering connections with people who align with your values and inspire you to grow, you create an environment that nurtures happiness. Positive relationships provide love, laughter, and a sense of belonging, all of which contribute to your overall well-being. Taking time for self-care is essential in the pursuit of happiness. We often neglect ourselves while taking care of others or meeting the demands of daily life, but self-care is not selfish. It's necessary for maintaining balance and emotional health. Whether it's through exercise, a hobby, or simply resting, taking care of yourself replenishes your energy and allows you to show up for others with a full heart. Prioritizing self-care enables you to feel more grounded and happier in your own life. Another aspect of creating your own happiness is learning to embrace imperfections. Life is messy, and things don't always go according to plan. Instead of striving for perfection, learn to accept the imperfections that come with life. Embracing imperfection allows you to let go of unrealistic expectations and find peace in the present moment. Happiness comes from accepting life as it is, flaws and all, and choosing to see the beauty in the journey rather than waiting for everything to be perfect. Creating your own happiness also involves having fun. Too often, we get caught up in the pressures of daily life and forget to enjoy the simple pleasures. Happiness doesn't always need to be profound. It can come from small moments of joy, whether it's dancing to your favorite song, enjoying a good meal, or laughing with a friend. By allowing yourself to have fun and embrace spontaneity, you add more lightness and joy into your life. Fun is an essential ingredient in happiness, reminding you to enjoy the present moment and let go of stress. Lastly, creating your own happiness involves learning to let go of external validation. It's easy to seek approval from others, whether through achievements, appearance, or social status. However, relying on external validation for your happiness only leads to insecurity and dissatisfaction. When you learn to find joy from within, you stop needing others' approval to feel worthy. Your self-worth is not determined by others. It comes from knowing who you are and living in alignment with your true values. By letting go of the need for external validation, you reclaim your power and create lasting happiness. In conclusion, creating your own happiness is about taking responsibility for your emotional well-being and making conscious choices that align with your values, passions, and desires. It's about cultivating a positive mindset, practicing gratitude, setting healthy boundaries, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It's something you create from within. By choosing to embrace self-love, acceptance, and authenticity, you can build a life filled with joy, fulfillment, and purpose. The power to create your own happiness is in your hands, and it starts with the choices you make today. Chapter 7. Nurturing Healthy Boundaries. Nurturing healthy boundaries is an essential practice for maintaining emotional well-being and creating a life that reflects your values and needs. Boundaries are not walls that isolate us from others. Rather, they are guidelines that help protect our physical, emotional, and mental space. Setting and maintaining boundaries allows us to engage with the world in a way that supports our health, happiness, and growth. Without boundaries, we risk losing ourselves in the needs and demands of others, leaving us feeling drained, resentful, and disconnected from our true selves. The first step in nurturing healthy boundaries is identifying what you need to protect. Every individual has unique needs when it comes to emotional, mental, and physical well-being. For some, The need for quiet time and solitude is essential to recharge, while others may need boundaries around their time to avoid being overwhelmed by responsibilities. Understanding what drains you and what energizes you is the key to setting effective boundaries. By taking the time to reflect on your own needs, you can create boundaries that protect your energy and allow you to thrive. Healthy boundaries start with self-awareness. To nurture your boundaries, it's important to know yourself, your limits, your values, and your desires. When you are in touch with who you are, it becomes easier to recognize when something or someone is infringing upon your personal space. Being aware of your emotions and reactions allows you to make decisions that align with your well-being. If you feel overwhelmed, drained, or uncomfortable in a situation, it's a sign that a boundary may need to be set. Trusting your instincts and emotions is an essential part of nurturing healthy boundaries. Learning to say no is one of the most important aspects of setting healthy boundaries. Saying no doesn't mean you are being selfish or rude. It means you are prioritizing your well-being and protecting your time and energy. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear rejection or disappointing others. However, when you fail to set boundaries, you end up sacrificing your own needs and happiness. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It allows you to focus on what truly matters to you without feeling overwhelmed by others' demands. Once you've identified your needs and learned to say no, the next step is to communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. Often, people hesitate to communicate their boundaries because they fear conflict or confrontation. However, healthy boundaries are not only about protecting yourself, they are also about teaching others how to treat you. When you set clear and respectful boundaries, you create healthier relationships based on mutual understanding and respect. Being direct and assertive about your boundaries helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures that your needs are met. Respecting the boundaries of others is just as important as setting your own. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and respecting the boundaries of others helps create a supportive and trusting environment. Just as you have the right to set boundaries, so do others. It's important to be mindful of other people's needs and limits, and to honor them in your interactions. Respecting boundaries is a two-way street. By respecting others' boundaries, you encourage them to do the same for you. In order to nurture healthy boundaries, you need to practice self-compassion. When you set boundaries, it's natural to feel guilt or discomfort, especially if you are not used to saying no or prioritizing yourself. It's important to remind yourself that setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-care. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's necessary for your emotional and physical health. Being kind to yourself during this process allows you to reinforce your boundaries with confidence and without guilt. Setting boundaries also involves learning to manage your time effectively. When we don't have clear boundaries around our time, it's easy to become overwhelmed by commitments, responsibilities, and other people's demands. To nurture healthy boundaries, you must learn to allocate your time intentionally, ensuring that you make space for the things that are most important to you. This might mean scheduling time for self-care, work, relaxation, or relationships. By prioritizing your time and energy, you create a balanced life that supports your overall well-being. Another key aspect of nurturing healthy boundaries is recognizing when it's time to distance yourself from toxic relationships. Toxic relationships, whether with family, friends, or co-workers, can drain your energy and undermine your emotional health. Setting boundaries with toxic individuals may involve limiting your contact with them, communicating your needs, or even cutting ties entirely. While this can be difficult, it is essential for your emotional well-being. Protecting yourself from toxic relationships allows you to preserve your energy and focus on nurturing relationships that are positive, supportive, and healthy. Boundaries are not just about saying no, they are also about saying yes to what aligns with your values and goals. When you set boundaries, you are also making space for the things that matter most to you. By saying yes to your own needs, desires, and passions, you create a life that is in harmony with your values. This can involve setting boundaries around your career, relationships, hobbies, and personal growth. When you protect your time and energy, you create the space to say yes to the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Nurturing healthy boundaries also means practicing forgiveness, both for yourself and others. Sometimes we may slip up and allow others to overstep our boundaries, or we may feel guilty for setting them in the first place. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is a process, and you don't have to be perfect. If you feel that you've allowed someone to cross a boundary, it's okay to acknowledge it and reset the boundary with kindness and clarity. Forgiveness allows you to release any guilt or resentment, making it easier to move forward with a sense of empowerment and peace. In some situations, boundaries may need to be flexible. Life is dynamic, and circumstances may change over time. As you evolve and grow, your boundaries may need to shift as well. This flexibility doesn't mean compromising your values or needs, but rather adapting to new situations while still protecting your well-being. Being open to adjusting your boundaries as necessary allows you to maintain a sense of balance and harmony, ensuring that your boundaries continue to serve you as you move through different phases of life. In nurturing your boundaries, you must also learn to protect your energy. Not everything and everyone deserves your time and attention. Setting boundaries around your energy involves knowing when to say no to certain activities, people, or situations that drain you. By conserving your energy and only investing it in what truly matters, you ensure that you have the strength and resources to focus on your goals, personal growth, and well-being. Protecting your energy is an essential part of setting boundaries, as it allows you to remain focused, clear, and centered. A crucial aspect of nurturing healthy boundaries is setting boundaries around your emotional well-being. Emotional boundaries help protect you from being overwhelmed by the emotions of others. It's easy to absorb other people's stress, anger, or negativity, but when you set emotional boundaries, you prevent others' emotions from taking over your own. This allows you to remain calm, balanced, and focused, even in challenging situations. By recognizing and respecting your emotional limits, you can protect your inner peace and avoid becoming emotionally depleted. Finally, nurturing healthy boundaries requires self-discipline and consistency. Boundaries are not something that you set once and forget about. They require ongoing effort and attention. To maintain healthy boundaries, you must regularly assess your needs, adjust your boundaries as necessary, and communicate them clearly. This consistency ensures that your boundaries continue to serve you and support your well-being. By practicing self-discipline in maintaining your boundaries, you reinforce your commitment to self-care, emotional health, and personal growth. In conclusion, nurturing healthy boundaries is an essential practice for creating a balanced, fulfilling, and authentic life. Boundaries protect your time, energy, emotions, and relationships, allowing you to live in alignment with your values and desires. By learning to say no, communicating your needs clearly, and respecting both your own boundaries and those of others, you create the space necessary for personal growth and happiness. Nurturing boundaries is an ongoing process of self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-respect. When you set and honor your boundaries, you create a life that supports your emotional well-being, empowers you to live authentically, and allows you to thrive. Chapter 8. Transforming alone time into personal growth. Alone time is often seen as a period of loneliness or inactivity, but it can be one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. When you spend time alone, you are gifted with the opportunity to connect with yourself on a deeper level. Solitude allows you to focus without distraction, reflect on your life, and evaluate where you've been and where you want to go. Instead of avoiding or fearing alone time, embracing it can lead to profound personal transformation and the discovery of your true potential. The first step in transforming alone time into personal growth is understanding its value. Solitude gives you the space to hear your own thoughts without external noise or influences. In this quiet, unhurried space, you can gain clarity and insight that might otherwise be drowned out by the busy world around you. Alone time can act as a reset button for your mind, emotions, and priorities, helping you to realign with your deepest desires and values. Instead of seeing alone time as an empty void, begin to view it as an opportunity for self-reflection. Self-reflection is a key part of personal growth. It involves asking yourself important questions. What do I truly want out of life? What are my strengths and weaknesses? What have I learned from my past experiences, and how can I use that knowledge to move forward? These introspective moments are where real growth begins. Alone time becomes a space for self-discovery, self-assessment, and self-improvement. When you are alone, you have the opportunity to develop a deeper relationship with yourself. Many people spend so much time focusing on others or engaging in distractions that they forget to nurture their own inner world. Alone time gives you the chance to understand your thoughts, feelings, and desires without the influence of others. It allows you to reconnect with your true self, free from the expectations and opinions of those around you. The more you understand yourself, the more you can create a life that is authentic and aligned with your deepest desires. Another powerful way to transform alone time into personal growth is by setting aside time for learning and self-education. When you are alone, you can choose to invest in your mind by reading books, listening to podcasts, or taking online courses that align with your goals. Education doesn't only happen in formal settings. It can take place any time you have the time and space to learn, whether it's developing a new skill, broadening your knowledge, or learning a new language. Alone time gives you the freedom to explore new areas of interest that can contribute to your personal development. Alone time also provides the perfect opportunity for creative exploration. Many people find that when they are alone, they are more able to tap into their creativity. The absence of distractions and the freedom to explore ideas without judgment or interruption allows the creative process to flow more easily. Whether it's writing, painting, music, or any other creative outlet, alone time allows you to express yourself freely and without limitation. This creative expression is not only fulfilling, but also a powerful form of personal growth, as it allows you to connect with your inner thoughts and emotions in meaningful ways. One of the most impactful aspects of alone time is the ability to practice mindfulness and meditation. These practices help you center your thoughts and clear mental clutter, making it easier to focus on what truly matters. Mindfulness teaches you to be present in the moment, free from distractions and negative thought patterns. It helps you develop a deeper sense of self-awareness and acceptance. Regular mindfulness practice can lead to increased emotional resilience, improved concentration, and a deeper sense of inner peace, all of which contribute to personal growth. Alone time also allows you to set goals and take intentional action. Without the distractions of daily life or the pressure of others' expectations, you can focus on what you truly want to achieve. Take the time to set clear, actionable goals for yourself, whether they are personal, professional, or spiritual. Alone time is a great opportunity to map out the steps needed to reach those goals and break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. By using your alone time to make concrete plans and take action toward your aspirations, you create momentum for personal growth and success. When you are alone, you can also take the opportunity to practice self-care. Self-care is not just about physical health. It includes mental and emotional well-being as well. Use your alone time to engage in activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Whether it's exercise, healthy eating, relaxation, or indulging in a favorite hobby, self-care helps you replenish your energy and maintain balance. It's important to prioritize self-care during your alone time, as it allows you to show up as the best version of yourself in all areas of your life. Alone time is also an opportunity for emotional healing. Many people avoid dealing with their emotions because they are too busy or distracted. However, being alone allows you the space to confront and process your feelings. It's important to acknowledge your emotions, understand where they are coming from, and allow yourself to feel them fully. This emotional honesty and self-acceptance help you release negative emotions and move toward healing. Alone time offers the perfect opportunity to work through emotional wounds and build a stronger, more resilient emotional foundation. One of the greatest benefits of alone time is that it encourages you to be independent. When you spend time alone, you learn to rely on yourself for support, comfort, and reassurance. This self-sufficiency is empowering and helps you build confidence in your ability to handle challenges without always needing external validation or assistance. The more you rely on yourself, the more capable you become in navigating life's difficulties. This independence fosters a sense of strength and autonomy that contributes to your overall personal growth. Alone time also allows you to disconnect from the noise of the world. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven society, it's easy to become overwhelmed by information and distractions. By taking time to step away from the constant influx of messages, social media, and news, you create space for mental clarity and peace. This break from the outside world allows you to focus on what truly matters and prioritize your own well-being. Disconnecting from external noise helps you reconnect with your inner wisdom and intuition, which is essential for personal growth. Another way to transform alone time into personal growth is by focusing on physical health. Use the time alone to engage in activities that improve your physical well-being, such as exercise, yoga, or simply taking walks in nature. Physical health is closely linked to mental and emotional well-being, so nurturing your body contributes to overall personal growth. When you take care of your physical health, you increase your energy levels, improve your mood, and boost your confidence, all of which help you grow as a person. Alone time offers the chance to develop gratitude and appreciation for the simple things in life. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to overlook the small, beautiful moments that bring joy and fulfillment. When you are alone, you can take time to slow down and notice these moments. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, the beauty of nature, or a quiet cup of tea, these simple pleasures can be deeply satisfying. Gratitude for these moments helps you cultivate a positive mindset and enhances your overall sense of well-being. As you learn to embrace and transform alone time, you begin to realize that solitude is not something to fear or avoid, but a tool for deep personal growth. By spending time alone, you can reconnect with your authentic self, clarify your desires, and focus on your goals. Alone time becomes a sanctuary where you can heal, learn, grow, and create. The more you value and make the most of your alone time, the more you will uncover your true potential and live a life that is aligned with your purpose and passions. In conclusion, transforming alone time into personal growth is one of the most valuable practices you can incorporate into your life. Rather than seeing it as a time of loneliness or isolation, view it as a gift that allows you to reflect, grow, and deepen your connection to yourself. By embracing solitude, you gain the space to become more mindful, creative, and purposeful in your actions. Use your alone time to nurture your mind, body, and soul, and you will discover a wealth of personal growth and self-empowerment. Chapter 9. Discovering Purpose and Passion in Solitude. Solitude is a powerful space for self-discovery, a place where you can connect deeply with your inner desires and uncover your true purpose and passion. In today's fast-paced world, we are often distracted by the noise and demands of others. Our attention is constantly pulled in multiple directions, making it difficult to hear our own inner voice. However, in solitude, the distractions fade, and we can finally tune in to what truly excites and fulfills us. When we allow ourselves the time and space to be alone, we can begin to explore our deepest passions and gain clarity about our life's purpose. The first step in discovering your purpose and passion in solitude is learning to embrace the silence. For many people, silence can feel uncomfortable or unsettling, especially if they are used to constant noise and external stimulation. However, silence is a powerful tool for introspection. It allows you to clear your mind, quiet your thoughts, and listen to the subtle whispers of your heart. In this stillness, you can begin to hear the desires, dreams, and longings that may have been buried beneath the surface. Embrace the silence and allow it to become a sanctuary where you can discover what truly lights you up inside. In solitude, you have the unique opportunity to reflect on your past experiences without judgment. Our life experiences shape us, and sometimes we need the space to process and understand them. Alone time offers you the chance to revisit past moments, both positive and negative, and reflect on what you have learned from them. By understanding your journey, you can uncover the patterns that have guided you and recognize the moments that sparked joy and fulfillment. Reflection allows you to see where your passions have always been present, often hidden within the events and choices of your life. As you reflect on your experiences, ask yourself what excites you and brings you energy. Passion is often associated with a sense of vitality and enthusiasm. It's something that makes you feel alive. Solitude offers you the time to explore these feelings without distractions. What activities or pursuits make you feel excited, energized, and focused? What brings you joy and fulfillment, even in small moments? Your passions are often rooted in these activities, and solitude allows you to connect with them on a deeper level. By following the threads of excitement and energy, you can begin to uncover what truly inspires you. Purpose and passion are often intertwined, yet they are distinct. Passion is the energy that drives us, while purpose is the deeper reason for why we do what we do. In solitude, you have the space to explore both. Take the time to ask yourself, what is my purpose in life? This question can feel overwhelming, but in solitude, you can break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Purpose is often linked to your values, the things you deeply care about. What causes or values resonate with you the most? What do you feel compelled to contribute to the world? By exploring your values and aligning them with your passions, you can start to uncover your deeper sense of purpose. One of the most important aspects of discovering your purpose in solitude is letting go of external expectations. Society often imposes its own ideas about success, happiness, and what a meaningful life looks like. These external pressures can cloud your judgment and lead you to pursue paths that are not aligned with your true desires. Solitude offers you the opportunity to step back from these influences and listen to your own inner voice. Let go of the need to meet societal expectations and trust that your purpose is unique to you. In solitude, you can reconnect with your authentic self and explore what truly matters to you without the weight of other people's opinions. In solitude, you also have the opportunity to experiment and explore new things. When you're alone, you can try new activities, learn new skills, or engage in hobbies that you may have never considered before. Experimenting with new things can help you discover hidden talents or passions that you may not have known existed. Solitude provides a safe space to explore these interests without the fear of judgment or failure. It's in these moments of experimentation that you can uncover new aspects of your personality and deepen your understanding of what truly excites you. While solitude is an important time for reflection and exploration, it is equally important to take action based on what you discover. Discovering your passion and purpose is only the beginning. You must take steps to bring these insights to life. Use the clarity you gain from your time alone to set intentions and goals that align with your passions. Solitude provides you with the focus and energy to plan and prepare, but it is action that brings your purpose to fruition. Start small by taking one step each day toward living your passion, and over time, you will build momentum that propels you forward. During your time alone, you may also encounter fears and doubts that hold you back from pursuing your passions. These fears are natural, but they often stem from limiting beliefs or past experiences. Solitude gives you the opportunity to confront these fears head-on, without external distractions. Use your time alone to examine the beliefs that may be limiting you and replace them with empowering thoughts. Journaling or meditative practices can help you uncover these limiting beliefs and reframe them in a way that encourages growth and action. In solitude, you have the power to rewrite your narrative and create a new story for yourself. In addition to self-reflection and goal-setting, solitude is a great time to develop inner strength and resilience. The path to discovering your purpose and passion is rarely a straight line. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt along the way. However, when you spend time alone and build a strong connection with yourself, you develop the emotional resilience needed to stay on course. In solitude, you can learn to trust yourself, cultivate patience, and develop the confidence to pursue your dreams, no matter the obstacles. Another aspect of discovering your purpose and passion in solitude is connecting with your intuition. Your intuition is a powerful guide that can help you navigate life's choices with clarity and confidence. When you are alone, you can tune into your inner wisdom and let it lead the way. Your intuition often speaks in subtle whispers, and it's easy to miss in the chaos of everyday life. However, in solitude, you create the space to listen to these inner nudges and let them guide you toward your true purpose. Trusting your intuition helps you make decisions that are in alignment with your heart and soul. As you continue to discover your purpose and passion in solitude, it's important to stay open to new possibilities. Life is fluid, and your passions may evolve over time. What excites you today may change in the future, and that's okay. Solitude allows you to stay flexible and adaptable, constantly checking in with yourself to see if your passions still align with your current goals and desires. By staying open to change and embracing the journey, you can continue to grow and evolve in alignment with your true purpose. One of the most beautiful aspects of discovering purpose and passion in solitude is that it helps you create a life that is truly your own. So often we live our lives based on the expectations and desires of others. We chase goals that don't bring us joy, simply because we feel obligated to follow certain paths. However, when you spend time alone, you reconnect with your authentic self and create a life that reflects your deepest desires. Solitude gives you the clarity to build a life that is meaningful to you and not dictated by external forces. As you continue on this journey of self-discovery, remember that purpose and passion are not destinations. They are ongoing processes. Your purpose may shift and evolve as you grow and change, and that's perfectly fine. Embrace the fluidity of your passions, knowing that they will guide you toward new opportunities and experiences. In solitude, you have the freedom to explore, reflect, and grow without limitation. This journey of self-discovery will continue throughout your life, with each moment of solitude offering a chance to deepen your understanding of who you are and what you are meant to do. In conclusion, solitude is a powerful space for discovering your purpose and passion. By embracing the silence and using this time for self-reflection, exploration, and action, you can uncover what truly excites and fulfills you. Solitude allows you to reconnect with your authentic self, free from external pressures and distractions. It's in these moments of stillness that you can tune into your inner wisdom, confront your fears, and take action toward creating a life that is aligned with your true purpose. Chapter 10. Letting Go of Societal Expectations. Societal expectations often shape the way we live our lives, guiding us toward particular paths, careers, relationships, and accomplishments. These external pressures can be overwhelming, leading us to pursue goals that are not necessarily our own, but rather reflect the values or standards imposed by society. However, letting go of societal expectations is a crucial step toward living an authentic life, where you can pursue your true desires and purpose without the weight of conformity. It's about finding the courage to reject the pressures that hold you back and embracing the freedom to create your own path. The first step in letting go of societal expectations is acknowledging their influence. Society places expectations on nearly every aspect of our lives, from the way we look, to the careers we choose, to the relationships we form. From a young age, we are taught what is considered acceptable or successful by society's standards. These expectations shape our self-image and guide our decisions, often without us even realizing it. The awareness of these external pressures is the first step in freeing yourself from them. Once you recognize the ways in which society's expectations have influenced you, you can begin the process of releasing them. One of the most powerful ways to let go of societal expectations is to shift your focus inward. Rather than seeking validation from the outside world, start looking within to define what success and happiness mean to you. This requires a shift in mindset, from external validation to internal fulfillment. It's about asking yourself the questions that matter most. What do I truly want in life? What brings me joy and fulfillment? When you begin to answer these questions based on your own desires rather than societal pressures, you take back control of your life and begin to chart your own course. In order to let go of societal expectations, you must also learn to embrace the concept of self-worth. Society often measures worth based on external achievements, career success, physical appearance, wealth, or social status. However, your worth is not defined by these metrics. You are worthy simply because you exist, and true fulfillment comes from accepting yourself as you are, not based on society's standards. Embracing your inherent worth allows you to reject the expectations placed upon you and instead focus on living a life that is aligned with your true values. Society often places expectations on specific milestones, such as graduating from college, getting married, buying a home, or having children. These markers of success are celebrated, but not everyone's journey follows this path, and that's okay. It's important to recognize that there is no singular definition of success. Just because society has created a checklist of milestones doesn't mean you have to follow it. Letting go of these expectations means giving yourself permission to define your own path, regardless of whether or not it aligns with societal norms. Success is personal, and it is defined by the fulfillment and meaning you derive from your own choices. Another way to let go of societal expectations is to practice self-compassion. Many of us are our harshest critics, holding ourselves to standards that are often impossible to meet. We may feel inadequate when we don't live up to the expectations set by society, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal lives. However, practicing self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding when you fall short. It means recognizing that you are human and it's okay to make mistakes and not have everything figured out. By embracing self-compassion, you free yourself from the judgment and criticism that often arise from societal expectations. It's also important to recognize that societal expectations can be limiting. They often prevent us from exploring our true potential and pursuing passions that are unconventional or outside the norm. When we conform to these expectations, we suppress our unique qualities, creativity, and individuality. Letting go of societal expectations allows you to explore new opportunities, take risks, and step outside of your comfort zone. It opens up a world of possibilities where you can truly live authentically, without fear of judgment or failure. Part of letting go of societal expectations is learning to say no. Society often encourages us to say yes to everything, to take on more responsibilities, accept invitations, or pursue opportunities that may not align with our values. However, saying yes to everything often leads to burnout and dissatisfaction. Learning to say no to things that do not serve your highest good is an empowering practice. It is a way to reclaim your time, energy, and focus, and it allows you to prioritize what truly matters to you. Saying no is not about rejecting others, but about saying yes to yourself and your own needs. Another crucial aspect of letting go of societal expectations is embracing vulnerability. Society often teaches us to hide our vulnerabilities and weaknesses in favor of projecting an image of perfection or success. However, true strength lies in embracing your authentic self, imperfections and all. Letting go of the need to appear perfect allows you to show up as your true self, free from the burden of societal judgments. Embracing vulnerability opens the door to deeper connections with others and allows you to live a more genuine, fulfilling life. In order to let go of societal expectations, it's important to surround yourself with people who support and encourage your authentic self. Many of us are influenced by the opinions of others, whether it's family, friends, or colleagues. While it's natural to seek approval, it's important to surround yourself with people who respect your individuality and support your journey. Having a strong support system of like-minded individuals helps you stay true to your values and reminds you that it's okay to live life on your own terms. Releasing societal expectations also involves cultivating inner peace and contentment. Society often encourages a constant striving for more success, more possessions, more achievements. However, true happiness comes not from accumulating external accolades, but from finding peace and contentment with what you already have. By focusing on inner fulfillment rather than external validation, you can let go of the constant need to prove yourself. Inner peace is the foundation for living a life free from the pressures of societal expectations, allowing you to feel fulfilled regardless of your external circumstances. Letting go of societal expectations also requires the courage to embrace uncertainty. Society often demands that we have our lives figured out by a certain age, but life is not linear, and our paths are often filled with uncertainty and change. The fear of not knowing what comes next, can hold us back from pursuing our dreams or making bold decisions. However, embracing uncertainty is an important part of personal growth. It's about trusting the process and believing that even in times of doubt, you are exactly where you need to be. By letting go of the need for certainty, you open yourself up to new opportunities and experiences. Part of the process of letting go of societal expectations involves confronting and challenging the social narratives we've internalized. These narratives are often deeply ingrained, and they influence the way we view success, happiness, and personal worth. By questioning these narratives and recognizing that they are not absolute truths, we begin to reclaim our own definitions of success and happiness. Letting go of these limiting beliefs frees us to create our own path and live authentically without the weight of societal pressure. Letting go of societal expectations also means learning to enjoy the journey rather than focusing solely on the destination. Society often promotes a future-focused mindset, encouraging us to work tirelessly toward goals and achievements. While goals are important, true fulfillment comes from enjoying the process of becoming rather than fixating on the end result. When you release the need for external validation and live in the present moment, you find joy in every step of the journey, not just the destination. It's important to understand that letting go of societal expectations is a process, not an overnight shift. It takes time and consistent effort to break free from the deeply ingrained beliefs and pressures that society places on us. There will be moments of doubt, discomfort, and fear, but with each step you take toward living authentically, you build resilience and confidence. The more you practice letting go of societal expectations, the easier it becomes to make choices that reflect your true desires. Finally, letting go of societal expectations is about reclaiming your personal power. For too long, many of us have given away our power by conforming to societal norms, allowing external expectations to dictate our lives. When you let go of these constraints, you take back control of your life and begin to live it according to your own values and goals. You become the author of your own story, free from the limitations imposed by society. By embracing your individuality and rejecting external pressures, you create a life that is uniquely yours. In conclusion, letting go of societal expectations is one of the most empowering and liberating steps you can take toward living an authentic, fulfilling life. It requires the courage to question societal norms, the strength to live according to your own values, and the self-compassion to accept yourself without external validation. By releasing the need to conform, you create the space to follow your own path, pursue your true passions, and build a life that brings you happiness and fulfillment. Letting go of societal expectations allows you to embrace who you truly are and live a life that is entirely your own. Chapter 11. Finding Balance. Socializing without losing yourself. In today's interconnected world, socializing is an essential part of life. Relationships with friends, family, and colleagues provide support, companionship, and a sense of belonging. However, finding the right balance between socializing and maintaining your individuality is crucial to preserving your mental and emotional health. It's easy to get caught up in the expectations of others, trying to fit in or be accepted. But it's also important to stay true to yourself and avoid losing your sense of identity in the process. Finding balance is about learning to engage in social situations without sacrificing your core values or well-being. The first step in finding balance is recognizing the importance of setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries are key to maintaining a sense of self while interacting with others. Socializing doesn't mean you have to please everyone or meet their every expectation. By setting boundaries, you can ensure that your time, energy, and emotional resources are protected. This might involve saying no when you need rest, prioritizing your own needs before others, or choosing which social situations align with your values. Boundaries allow you to engage with others without feeling overwhelmed or depleted. It's important to remember that socializing should add value to your life, not drain you. When you spend time with others, ask yourself if the interaction is uplifting and supportive, or if it leaves you feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and positivity. If you find yourself consistently feeling drained or unappreciated in certain social settings, it may be a sign that your boundaries need to be adjusted. Socializing should feel enriching, not like an obligation. Another way to maintain balance is by learning to embrace your alone time. Socializing is vital, but so is spending time on your own to recharge and reconnect with yourself. Alone time allows you to nurture your individuality, reflect on your experiences, and regain clarity. It's essential to recognize that taking time for yourself is not selfish, but necessary for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. Balancing social time with alone time helps you preserve your sense of self while still enjoying meaningful connections with others. Socializing without losing yourself also means embracing authenticity. In many social situations, there may be pressure to conform or present a version of yourself that you think others will approve of. However, true connections are built on authenticity. By being yourself, you invite others to do the same, fostering genuine relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. When you embrace authenticity in social situations, you reduce the internal conflict that comes from pretending to be someone you're not. You allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are, which leads to deeper and more meaningful connections. To maintain balance, it's also important to recognize when socializing is becoming a distraction from your personal goals or well-being. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of attending every gathering or keeping up with every social obligation, but this can lead to burnout and neglecting your own needs. Learning to prioritize your personal goals and well-being is essential. It's okay to say no to social events or commitments that don't align with your values or goals. By making conscious choices about how you spend your time, you create space for both socializing and personal growth. Developing a support system of like-minded individuals is key to finding balance. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries, encourage your growth, and celebrate your individuality. These relationships provide a foundation of support that allows you to feel connected without losing yourself in the process. True friends and companions will appreciate you for who you are, and they will support you in maintaining your sense of self. Cultivating relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding is an important aspect of finding balance. Acknowledge that not all social interactions will be equal, and that's okay. Some social engagements may be more fulfilling than others, and you may not always connect with everyone you meet. It's essential to recognize that not all relationships require the same level of emotional investment. Some interactions may be casual and light-hearted, while others may be deeper and more meaningful. Understanding the different types of relationships you have allows you to maintain perspective and not overextend yourself emotionally. Socializing doesn't require you to be everything to everyone. You can engage at different levels based on your needs and energy. In the process of socializing, it's important to learn how to manage expectations. Both your own expectations and those of others can impact the quality of your interactions. By setting realistic expectations for yourself and others, you reduce the pressure to meet impossible standards. This means recognizing that you don't always have to be available or entertaining, and that sometimes it's okay to simply enjoy the moment without needing to fulfill a specific role. Managing expectations allows you to socialize without feeling like you're losing yourself in the process. Another aspect of maintaining balance is practicing self-awareness. Pay attention to how different social situations make you feel. Do certain gatherings leave you feeling energized and inspired, while others make you feel drained or frustrated? Self-awareness helps you recognize when your energy is being depleted and allows you to take action to preserve your well-being. It also helps you understand your emotional needs and enables you to make conscious decisions about where to invest your time and energy. By practicing self-awareness, you can maintain control over your interactions and protect your mental and emotional health. Sometimes socializing may involve compromise. It's natural to have different preferences, but finding balance means learning to meet others halfway while still honoring your boundaries and needs. Compromise doesn't mean sacrificing who you are. It means finding common ground where both parties can feel respected and understood. This is especially important in close relationships, where mutual respect and cooperation are necessary for maintaining a healthy dynamic. Socializing without losing yourself involves a willingness to find balance and harmony in your interactions with others. It's also important to acknowledge the role of social media in today's social landscape. While it can provide a sense of connection, social media can also contribute to feelings of inadequacy, comparison, and overwhelm. It's easy to get caught up in the constant cycle of likes, comments, and posts, leading to a disconnect from your authentic self. Finding balance in social media means recognizing when it's becoming a source of stress and taking breaks when needed. Disconnecting from the digital world allows you to return to yourself, grounded in your own values and needs, without the pressure to conform to online expectations. Socializing without losing yourself also involves practicing emotional detachment when necessary. In certain social situations, you may encounter emotions or energies that are not yours to absorb. Practicing emotional detachment means recognizing when someone else's feelings or problems are being projected onto you and allowing yourself to maintain a sense of emotional distance. This practice is especially important in relationships that may involve high levels of drama or negativity. By detaching emotionally, you preserve your own mental and emotional well-being while still offering support where it's needed. Part of finding balance is learning to engage in social activities that align with your personal values and interests. Choose activities and events that genuinely bring you joy, fulfillment, and personal growth. This ensures that your socializing experience is enriching and meaningful, rather than a superficial obligation. Whether it's volunteering for a cause you care about, attending a creative workshop, or simply spending time with close friends who inspire you, choosing activities that align with your passions ensures that you are socializing in a way that enhances your life. Lastly, it's important to remember that socializing doesn't define your worth. Society often places value on how many friends or connections we have, but the quality of your relationships is far more important than the quantity. Focusing on building meaningful, authentic relationships rather than simply filling your social calendar helps you maintain balance and stay true to yourself. True connections are based on trust, respect, and shared values, and these relationships contribute far more to your happiness and well-being than superficial interactions. In conclusion, finding balance between socializing and maintaining your sense of self is essential for a fulfilling life. Social connections are an important part of human existence, but they should never come at the expense of your individuality and well-being. By setting boundaries, practicing self-awareness, and engaging in meaningful relationships, you can create a balanced life where you remain true to yourself while still enjoying the benefits of social interaction. Maintaining balance allows you to preserve your emotional health, nourish your passions, and build relationships that support your growth and happiness. Socializing without losing yourself is about creating harmony in your life and living authentically. In addition to setting boundaries, finding balance also requires recognizing that it's okay to not always be available for social activities. The pressure to say yes to every invitation can stem from a fear of missing out, or even from a desire to be liked and accepted. However, the key to balancing your social life with your personal needs is understanding that you don't need to be everywhere at once. Prioritize the activities and events that align with your personal values and goals. By selectively choosing where to invest your time, you not only conserve your energy, but also ensure that the interactions you do engage in are meaningful. One of the challenges in finding balance is managing the expectations of others, particularly in close relationships. Family and friends may sometimes have different expectations about your availability or emotional support. It's crucial to communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. When you do so, you allow others to understand your needs and respect your limits. Communication is key to ensuring that you don't feel overwhelmed or compromised in your relationships, and it helps build mutual understanding. The more you communicate openly about your personal needs, the more likely it is that those relationships will grow stronger and more respectful. It's also important to recognize that socializing doesn't have to mean large gatherings or events. Sometimes the most fulfilling connections happen in smaller, more intimate settings. Whether it's spending one-on-one time with a close friend or having a quiet conversation with a loved one, these moments can provide more meaningful interactions than large social occasions. Socializing without losing yourself involves learning to enjoy these smaller, more personal experiences, which allow for deeper connection and reflection. When you nurture these deeper relationships, you often find that they contribute more to your overall sense of happiness and well-being. Another crucial component of finding balance in socializing is learning how to handle peer pressure. It's easy to fall into the trap of doing things just because others expect it of you. Peer pressure can make it difficult to stay true to yourself, especially when it comes to social norms and group behavior. Whether it's going out when you don't feel like it or participating in activities that don't align with your values, peer pressure can cause you to lose sight of your true needs. To maintain balance, it's essential to be confident in your decisions and remember that it's okay to stand by your boundaries, even if others may not fully understand them. At times, the pressure to maintain a certain social image can interfere with your authenticity. Many people feel the need to conform to a particular style or persona to be accepted in a social group. However, trying to keep up with these external expectations often leads to stress and confusion. The key to finding balance is embracing who you truly are, even if it means standing out or being different from the group. When you embrace your authentic self, you attract relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding, not on superficial appearances or behaviors. Another way to balance socializing with maintaining your individuality is by practicing active listening. Active listening allows you to be fully present in a conversation, giving others your undivided attention. However, it also provides an opportunity for you to reflect on your own thoughts and feelings, without feeling pressured to speak or act in a way that doesn't align with your true self. By listening thoughtfully, you can engage in social interactions that are enriching without losing touch with your inner voice. As you navigate social situations, you might encounter those who do not respect your boundaries. In these instances, it's important to practice emotional detachment. Emotional detachment doesn't mean shutting yourself off from others, but rather, it involves not allowing someone's actions or words to affect your emotional state. By maintaining a sense of emotional independence, you protect your energy and preserve your peace, regardless of others' behavior. This practice helps you maintain balance, even in challenging social situations where you might feel pressured or uncomfortable. Finding balance in socializing also means being mindful of how much time you spend in environments that may not support your growth. For example, certain social gatherings or environments may foster negativity, gossip, or unhealthy dynamics. While it's not necessary to cut ties with everyone in these environments, it is important to recognize when it's time to limit your exposure. When you spend too much time in negative spaces, it can drain your energy and derail your personal development. Choose to engage with environments that inspire, support, and uplift you, and avoid those that drain your spirit or cause inner conflict. Another aspect of balance is being mindful of how much energy you give to others. While being there for others is important, constantly giving without replenishing your own energy can lead to burnout. It's essential to balance how much emotional support you offer with how much time you dedicate to nurturing your own well-being. People who are always available for others often neglect their own needs, and this imbalance can lead to feelings of exhaustion and resentment. To maintain your mental and emotional health, prioritize your own self-care and ensure that you're not depleting yourself in the process of helping others. In social settings, it's common to feel the pressure to share everything about your life or to engage in small talk. However, socializing without losing yourself means recognizing when you're being asked to share more than you're comfortable with. It's okay to set limits on the personal information you share with others, particularly if you feel it crosses a boundary. You don't have to justify your reasons for not opening up, and it's important to honor your own privacy. Setting these boundaries ensures that your interactions remain respectful and aligned with your comfort level, rather than pushing you to reveal more than you're ready to. An important part of maintaining balance in socializing is taking time to evaluate your relationships. Not all social connections are equally nourishing, and some may even be toxic or draining. Periodically reflecting on the health of your relationships helps you determine whether they are adding value to your life or whether they are causing unnecessary stress. Maintaining a healthy balance involves distancing yourself from people who do not support or respect your boundaries. Instead, focus on nurturing relationships with those who inspire, support, and motivate you, which in turn helps you stay true to yourself. Another way to find balance is to give yourself permission to rest. Socializing can be emotionally and mentally taxing, especially if you're an introvert or someone who needs time alone to recharge. It's essential to listen to your body and recognize when you need a break from social activities. Resting allows you to restore your energy, reflect on your own needs, and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Don't feel guilty for taking time to yourself. It's an act of self-respect that helps you maintain a healthy balance between socializing and personal space. A balanced social life is also about having fun and enjoying the present moment. Too often, we get caught up in obligations, responsibilities, and trying to meet the expectations of others. However, socializing is meant to be a source of joy, connection, and relaxation. Allow yourself to enjoy the company of others without the pressure of achieving or performing. Embrace the simplicity of being with others, sharing laughter, and having fun without the need for constant validation or approval. In addition to enjoying social activities, balance also means nurturing your hobbies and interests outside of social gatherings. Sometimes we neglect our passions in favor of socializing, but it's crucial to make time for activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Engaging in creative pursuits, learning something new, or spending time with nature are all ways to maintain a sense of individuality and personal growth. When you invest time in these activities, you not only cultivate a stronger sense of self, but you also have more to offer in your social interactions. It's also important to remember that socializing should be a source of connection, not competition. In some social circles, there may be an underlying sense of competition, whether it's about achievements, status, or possessions. To maintain balance, focus on cultivating genuine relationships rather than comparing yourself to others. Real connections are built on shared experiences, mutual respect, and understanding, not on who is better or more successful. Avoiding the trap of comparison allows you to embrace your own journey without feeling the need to compete or prove your worth. Lastly, balance means learning to forgive yourself when you fall out of alignment. No one is perfect, and there will be times when you may overcommit, neglect your needs, or feel overwhelmed by social obligations. When this happens, it's important to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself. You are doing your best, and every step toward finding balance is a learning experience. Don't be hard on yourself if you make mistakes. Instead, recognize that you have the ability to recalibrate and get back on track. In conclusion, finding balance in socializing without losing yourself is a continuous process of self-awareness, boundary setting, and prioritization. It's about maintaining a sense of individuality while still enjoying meaningful connections with others. By practicing self-compassion, embracing authenticity, and prioritizing your needs, you create a balanced life that supports both social engagement and personal growth. Socializing should enhance your life, not overwhelm it. And when you find balance, you can enjoy the company of others without compromising your own well-being. Chapter 12. Developing a positive mindset for solitude. Solitude, often viewed through the lens of loneliness or isolation, can be one of the most transformative experiences for personal growth and mental clarity when approached with a positive mindset. In a world where constant connectivity and social engagement are often prized, solitude can feel intimidating or uncomfortable. However, developing a positive mindset for solitude is key to embracing its full potential. Rather than seeing it as an absence of company, solitude can be viewed as an opportunity for reflection, self-discovery, and rejuvenation. The way you perceive and approach solitude determines how deeply you can benefit from it. The first step in developing a positive mindset for solitude is to reframe your thoughts about being alone. Many people associate solitude with feelings of abandonment or emptiness, but this perspective can be changed. Instead of seeing it as a negative state, try to see it as a chance to reconnect with yourself, free from the distractions and pressures of the outside world. It's important to recognize that being alone doesn't equate to being lonely. In fact, solitude can bring clarity and peace, offering a much-needed break from the noise and chaos of daily life. A positive mindset for solitude also involves recognizing the value of introspection. Solitude provides the perfect environment for self-reflection, allowing you to assess where you are in life, where you've been, and where you want to go. During these moments, you can think critically about your goals, your relationships, and your values. The space provided by solitude gives you the freedom to explore these thoughts without external influence. This process of self-discovery is invaluable for personal growth and emotional well-being. To develop a positive mindset, it's also crucial to embrace the idea that solitude is not a punishment, but a gift. When we are alone, we are often able to hear our own thoughts more clearly and connect with what we truly want and need. In solitude, there are no distractions, no one else's opinions or judgments, and no societal expectations. It's just you, free to be yourself, think freely, and explore new possibilities. This gift of time allows for creativity to flow and new ideas to emerge. By embracing solitude as a gift, you can shift your mindset from resistance to acceptance. Another aspect of a positive mindset for solitude is understanding that being alone doesn't mean being inactive or unproductive. Solitude provides an opportunity to cultivate meaningful activities that nurture your mental, emotional, and physical health. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, exercising, journaling, or simply relaxing, alone time doesn't have to be spent in silence or inactivity. Use the time to engage in activities that nourish your soul and contribute to your personal growth. When you embrace these moments of solitude as opportunities to care for yourself, you begin to view them in a more positive light. To further develop a positive mindset, you must also learn to embrace the stillness that solitude offers. Many people find stillness uncomfortable, especially in a world that often prioritizes constant movement and noise. However, stillness is where deep reflection and healing can occur. In moments of stillness, your mind has the opportunity to rest and recalibrate. It's in these quiet moments that creativity can flourish and new insights can surface. Embracing stillness as a valuable tool for growth helps to foster a positive perspective on solitude. Mindfulness is another powerful practice to develop during solitude. When you are alone, you can focus entirely on the present moment, free from distractions. Being mindful in solitude allows you to appreciate the simple pleasures of life, such as the warmth of sunlight or the sound of your own breath. This ability to be fully present during your alone time enhances the quality of your solitude, making it not just a time for reflection, but a time for gratitude and peace. Practicing mindfulness helps you cultivate a deep sense of contentment, even in moments of solitude. Developing a positive mindset for solitude also involves accepting and releasing any feelings of guilt that may arise when you take time for yourself. In a society that often glorifies busyness and social activity, taking time alone can sometimes feel like an indulgence. However, it's essential to recognize that solitude is not a luxury, but a necessity for emotional and mental well-being. Releasing any guilt you may feel about being alone helps you fully embrace the benefits that solitude has to offer. It's important to remind yourself that taking time for yourself allows you to show up more fully for others and for the world around you. Solitude also provides an opportunity to cultivate resilience. When you are alone, you can learn to rely on yourself for comfort, support, and motivation. Solitude helps you develop the inner strength to handle challenges and setbacks without needing external validation. Over time, you'll find that solitude strengthens your emotional resilience as you learn to navigate life's difficulties with a sense of self-assurance. The more you practice solitude, the more confident you become in your ability to cope with life's challenges, knowing that you are your own greatest resource. Building a positive mindset for solitude also requires recognizing that being alone does not equate to being unimportant or insignificant. Society often equates social interaction with value, leading many to believe that being alone means being less worthy of attention. In contrast, solitude allows you to reconnect with your own sense of purpose and value, independent of others' perceptions. It is in solitude that you can discover your true desires, set personal goals, and align your actions with your authentic self. When you embrace solitude, you learn to value yourself for who you truly are, not based on external validation. Another critical component of a positive mindset is cultivating gratitude for the time alone. Instead of seeing solitude as an empty void, use it as an opportunity to appreciate the quiet moments that allow for self-care, reflection, and growth. Gratitude for solitude shifts your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. It reminds you that being alone is not a deprivation, but a chance to reconnect with yourself and experience peace. Gratitude for solitude fosters a positive and appreciative mindset that transforms your time alone into an enriching experience. Embracing solitude with a positive mindset also means developing patience. Sometimes we fear solitude because we don't know how to fill the space or are anxious about the silence. However, solitude requires patience. It teaches us to sit with ourselves, to allow our thoughts to come and go, and to accept the ebb and flow of emotions without rushing or avoiding them. Patience in solitude leads to self-acceptance and emotional maturity. Over time, the discomfort of being alone fades, and you begin to embrace the peace and clarity that solitude provides. A positive mindset for solitude also includes developing self-compassion. In times of solitude, you may encounter difficult emotions, such as sadness, anxiety, or regret. Rather than judging or rejecting these emotions, self-compassion encourages you to approach them with kindness and understanding. During moments of solitude, you can be gentle with yourself, acknowledging your feelings without self-criticism. By embracing self-compassion, you transform solitude into a nurturing space for emotional healing and growth. In solitude, you also have the opportunity to develop a deeper connection with your spirituality. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply spending time in nature, solitude allows you to tap into a higher sense of meaning and purpose. It is in these quiet moments that you can feel a sense of connection to something larger than yourself, whether it's nature, the universe, or your own sense of inner peace. This spiritual connection enhances the positive aspects of solitude, offering comfort and guidance when navigating life's challenges. Another way to develop a positive mindset for solitude is by using it as a time for creativity. Many creative minds, from artists to writers to entrepreneurs, find that solitude fosters inspiration and innovation. When you're alone, your mind is free to wander, to experiment, and to dream without boundaries. Solitude encourages you to explore new ideas, take creative risks, and express yourself in ways you might not have considered in the hustle and bustle of daily life. By using solitude as a time for creative expression, you can harness its power to bring new ideas and projects to life. Solitude is also a powerful time for personal growth. It allows you to identify areas of your life where you would like to improve or change, whether it's your career, relationships, or personal habits. Solitude offers the space to reflect on these areas without distractions. During these moments, you can set goals, create action plans, and align your efforts with your long-term vision. Solitude becomes a valuable tool for personal development, helping you stay focused on your goals and progress without the influence of others' expectations. In conclusion, developing a positive mindset for solitude is essential for turning alone time into a transformative experience. When you approach solitude with an open heart and a positive mindset, it becomes an opportunity for self-reflection, creativity, emotional healing, and personal growth. Embracing solitude helps you reconnect with your authentic self, create meaningful change, and cultivate peace and clarity. Rather than fearing or resisting time alone, you learn to embrace it as a source of empowerment and transformation. Solitude, with the right mindset, becomes a sacred space for discovering your truest potential. As you continue developing a positive mindset for solitude, it's important to recognize the profound role solitude plays in building emotional intelligence. In our busy, constantly connected world, it's easy to overlook the importance of understanding our emotions. Being alone provides the ideal environment for processing feelings, reflecting on past experiences, and learning how to respond to emotions more consciously. The stillness and space of solitude allow you to observe your emotions without external distractions, giving you the clarity to understand their origins, intensity, and potential impact. As a result, you begin to develop a deeper emotional awareness, which empowers you to navigate life's challenges with more patience, empathy, and self-compassion. Furthermore, solitude offers an unparalleled opportunity for self-discipline and personal responsibility. In the quiet of being alone, you can set personal goals and create plans to achieve them without the influence or input of others. This independence fosters accountability, as you rely solely on your own efforts to reach your objectives. Whether you're pursuing professional ambitions, creative endeavors, or self-improvement, solitude allows you to remain focused, take consistent action, and develop the self-discipline necessary for achieving your goals. Over time, these small acts of self-reliance will strengthen your confidence and belief in your ability to accomplish anything you set your mind to. As you embrace solitude with a positive mindset, it's important to allow yourself the grace of rest and relaxation. Often, people resist being alone because they associate it with productivity, always feeling the need to be doing something. However, solitude is also a time for recharging and nurturing your physical and mental well-being. Whether through taking naps, indulging in a favorite hobby, or simply resting, solitude can be a restorative process. Giving yourself permission to rest without guilt is an essential part of developing a positive mindset. Rest allows your body and mind to heal, rejuvenating you for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Moreover, solitude offers the space to develop a deeper connection with your passions and purpose. When you're constantly surrounded by others, it's easy to get caught up in the flow of what everyone else is doing. Solitude provides a unique opportunity to re-evaluate your passions, rediscover forgotten dreams, and realign with your true calling. Whether you're exploring new hobbies, reading books that inspire you, or engaging in meaningful reflection, solitude nurtures the growth of your passions. The more time you dedicate to connecting with what excites and fulfills you, the clearer your purpose becomes, and the more aligned you are with your true desires. The act of being alone also offers the opportunity to engage in deeper spiritual practices. For many, solitude is an ideal time to reflect on their spiritual beliefs, meditate, or engage in practices like prayer or mindfulness. When you are alone, there are fewer distractions, and you can focus on cultivating a stronger connection to your inner self, higher power, or the universe. These spiritual practices, which often require stillness, can deepen your sense of peace and understanding, fostering a deeper sense of meaning in your life. As you continue your journey of self-discovery and solitude, your spiritual beliefs can evolve, bringing you greater clarity and insight into your life's purpose. Another way to cultivate a positive mindset for solitude is by practicing gratitude. Solitude is often seen as a time of lack, but when you shift your perspective, you can see that being alone provides numerous gifts. It allows you to reflect on what is truly important, appreciate the peace and stillness, and find joy in the simple pleasures of life. Practicing gratitude during moments of solitude enhances your awareness of the beauty and blessings that already exist in your life. Each moment alone becomes an opportunity to celebrate the present, to feel thankful for the chance to grow, and to honor the gifts that solitude provides. The positive mindset for solitude also involves learning to appreciate the quiet moments that allow for creativity to flourish. When you are alone, free from distractions, your mind has the space to explore new ideas, thoughts, and possibilities. Solitude can be a powerful catalyst for creativity, as it allows you to engage with your thoughts in a way that is uninterrupted. Whether you're writing, painting, problem-solving, or brainstorming new ideas, solitude offers the perfect environment for creative exploration. This creativity is an essential part of personal growth, as it enables you to express yourself fully and come up with innovative solutions to life's challenges. In solitude, there's also the opportunity to confront fears and insecurities without the influence of others. Many of us are quick to suppress uncomfortable emotions, especially when we are around other people. However, solitude allows us to face these emotions head-on, process them, and release them. When you're alone, you have the space to sit with your fears, acknowledge their presence, and begin to let go of the limiting beliefs that hold you back. This process of confronting your fears in solitude helps you become stronger, more resilient, and more confident in your ability to handle challenges in the future. Solitude is also an opportunity to develop a deeper sense of independence. It teaches you how to rely on your own inner resources for comfort, support, and guidance. When you are alone, there is no one to turn to for answers or validation, and this encourages you to trust yourself and your instincts. Over time, you learn to make decisions based on your own values and needs, rather than seeking approval or guidance from others. This independence fosters self-confidence and empowers you to navigate life with clarity and self-assurance. It is also essential to use solitude as a time for emotional cleansing. Throughout life, we accumulate emotional baggage, regret, anger, sadness, and disappointment. Solitude gives us the space to process and release these emotions in a healthy way. Whether through journaling, meditation, or simply reflecting in silence, solitude provides a sanctuary for emotional healing. As you release negative emotions, you create room for more positive and empowering feelings such as love, gratitude, and joy. Emotional cleansing in solitude helps you maintain a peaceful and balanced mindset, fostering personal growth. Another critical aspect of cultivating a positive mindset for solitude is embracing the concept of balance. While solitude can be deeply fulfilling, it's important to also engage in healthy social interactions and connect with others. Finding a balance between alone time and social time ensures that you remain grounded in both your personal growth and your relationships with others. Socializing with people who support and uplift you, while also respecting the time you need for yourself, allows you to lead a balanced and harmonious life. Solitude becomes a positive practice that supports your overall well-being without isolating you from meaningful connections. As you develop a positive mindset for solitude, it's helpful to establish rituals or practices that help you fully embrace the time you spend alone. These rituals might include activities like reading, practicing yoga, going for walks, or engaging in deep reflection. By making solitude a purposeful and enjoyable experience, you enhance its benefits and create a deeper connection with yourself. Rituals help you set the tone for your alone time, making it a sacred and transformative experience that fosters self-growth and mindfulness. One of the most powerful ways to embrace solitude is by using it as a tool for self-improvement. Without the distractions of external demands, solitude offers a unique opportunity to work on yourself, whether through setting goals, learning new skills, or confronting personal challenges. You can use the time to focus on your physical health, your mental clarity, or your emotional well-being. Every moment spent alone can become an investment in your personal growth as you cultivate the qualities that will help you live a more fulfilling and authentic life. Solitude can also deepen your sense of connection with nature. Whether it's a quiet walk in the park, hiking through the mountains, or simply sitting outside and enjoying the fresh air, nature offers a profound sense of peace and serenity. Spending time alone in nature allows you to reconnect with the natural world, find inspiration, and regain perspective. Nature becomes a source of healing, offering a reminder that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. These moments of solitude in nature foster a sense of gratitude and tranquility. In the process of developing a positive mindset for solitude, it's also important to practice forgiveness. Sometimes we carry emotional burdens related to past experiences, and solitude offers an opportunity to process and release these feelings. Forgiveness, whether directed toward others or ourselves, allows us to heal and move forward. Solitude provides the space to reflect on past hurts, understand the lessons they offer, and let go of any resentment or anger. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the emotional weight that holds us back and create space for inner peace. Finally, developing a positive mindset for solitude is a practice of acceptance. Accepting that solitude is a natural part of life allows you to approach it without fear, resistance, or discomfort. Instead of viewing it as something to avoid, embrace solitude as a powerful tool for personal growth, healing, and connection with your true self. When you accept solitude as a valuable part of your life, it becomes a source of empowerment, offering clarity, strength, and peace. In conclusion, developing a positive mindset for solitude transforms the way you engage with your own aloneness. Rather than fearing it or avoiding it, you begin to view solitude as a sanctuary for self-discovery, creativity, emotional healing, and personal growth. Solitude allows you to embrace your inner wisdom, build independence, and gain clarity on your true desires. Through practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and self-compassion, you create an enriching experience that nurtures your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Solitude becomes not only a time for rest, but a space for empowerment, healing, and transformation. Chapter 13. The Joy of Simplicity. In a world that often feels overloaded with information, possessions, and obligations, simplicity can feel like a breath of fresh air. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the constant noise, the endless to-do lists, and the pressure to keep up with ever-changing trends and expectations. Yet, there is profound joy in simplicity, a joy that comes from stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on what truly matters. Embracing simplicity allows you to declutter your life, clear your mind, and find peace in the present moment. The beauty of simplicity lies in its ability to bring clarity, freedom, and fulfillment. The first step in embracing the joy of simplicity is to recognize that less is often more. In a society that glorifies excess, more stuff, more commitments, more distractions, it can be hard to understand that simplification leads to greater peace. Simplifying your life doesn't mean giving up everything you love, but it does mean making room for what truly brings value to your life. By letting go of the clutter, both physical and mental, you create space for clarity, purpose, and joy. Simplicity allows you to focus on what truly matters, whether it's relationships, creativity, personal growth, or well-being. One of the most immediate benefits of embracing simplicity is the reduction of stress. The more complicated our lives become, the more overwhelmed we feel. Multiple responsibilities, possessions, and commitments can weigh heavily on our minds, leaving us feeling drained and anxious. Simplifying your life by letting go of excess or by reducing distractions helps to ease this mental load. With less clutter to manage, you can breathe easier and feel lighter, allowing your energy to be directed toward the things that truly bring you joy and fulfillment. Another aspect of simplicity is the ability to live more intentionally. When we simplify our lives, we are forced to evaluate our priorities and align our actions with our deepest values. Instead of reacting to the pressures of daily life, simplicity encourages us to take a step back and choose how we want to live. This could mean saying no to obligations that don't serve us, making more conscious choices about how we spend our time, or focusing on relationships that nurture and support us. Intentional living is about making decisions that are aligned with our personal desires and goals, rather than being swept along by the demands of the outside world. In embracing simplicity, there is also freedom in letting go of the pursuit of perfection. Perfectionism can trap us in an endless cycle of striving for something unattainable, leading to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. Simplicity, on the other hand, encourages us to accept ourselves as we are. It reminds us that we don't need to be perfect to be worthy or to enjoy life. The joy of simplicity comes from accepting that life doesn't need to be flawless to be fulfilling. Embracing imperfection allows us to focus on progress, not perfection, and to find satisfaction in the process rather than an idealized end result. Simplicity also provides an opportunity for self-reflection. When we remove the noise and clutter from our lives, we are better able to hear our inner voice. Solitude, peace, and quiet allow us to connect with our thoughts, emotions, and desires more deeply. By embracing simplicity, you create space to pause and reflect on who you are, what you want, and what you need to let go of. This time for introspection helps you gain clarity and insight, enabling you to make decisions that are true to your authentic self. Self-reflection in simplicity becomes a practice of reconnecting with your values and realigning your life to match them. The joy of simplicity is also reflected in the beauty of the present moment. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in the next task, the next goal, or the next distraction. However, when we simplify our lives, we begin to appreciate the present moment more fully. Simplicity allows us to slow down and savor the small pleasures of life, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter with loved ones, the joy of a quiet evening at home. These simple moments, when fully appreciated, offer deep fulfillment and joy. Simplicity allows us to focus on the here and now instead of constantly chasing the future or regretting the past. One powerful way to simplify your life is by decluttering your physical environment. Our surroundings often reflect the chaos of our minds, and too much stuff can overwhelm us. By reducing material possessions and organizing your space, you create a calm, clean environment that promotes clarity and peace. The act of decluttering is symbolic of letting go of things, obligations, and expectations that no longer serve us. When you create space in your physical world, you also create space in your mind, allowing for greater focus and peace. Simplicity can also be reflected in our relationships. In a world that values productivity and busyness, we often find ourselves juggling multiple relationships without fully connecting with any of them. By simplifying your social life, you can focus on deepening the relationships that truly matter. Quality over quantity becomes the guiding principle, nurturing meaningful connections rather than trying to maintain a large number of acquaintances. In simplicity, we learn that it's not about how many people we know, but about the depth of connection we share with those who matter most. Living simply also encourages us to appreciate the small things. We live in a culture that often seeks bigger, better, and more expensive, but happiness is not found in material possessions or external achievements. Simplicity teaches us to find joy in the little moments of life, whether it's a cup of coffee in the morning, a walk through the park, or a quiet evening with a loved one. These small, simple moments are often the ones that bring the most joy and fulfillment. When we focus on appreciating the small things, we realize that the richness of life doesn't come from complexity, but from simplicity. Simplicity encourages sustainability, both in the way we live and in the way we relate to the world around us. When we simplify our consumption, whether it's through reducing waste, buying fewer but more meaningful items, or embracing practices that are environmentally friendly, we begin to align with a more sustainable way of living. The joy of simplicity is rooted in living in harmony with the planet, reducing our carbon footprint, and making conscious choices that reflect our values. In embracing sustainability, we not only simplify our lives, but also contribute to the well-being of future generations. Another way simplicity enhances our lives is by fostering deeper gratitude. The busier and more complicated our lives become, the harder it can be to feel truly grateful for what we have. By simplifying, we can more easily recognize the many blessings that already exist in our lives. Instead of constantly striving for more, we begin to appreciate what we have in the present moment. Gratitude becomes a natural byproduct of simplicity as we learn to value the things, people, and experiences that bring us true happiness. Simplicity allows us to be more present with our emotions. In a complex and busy world, it's easy to suppress our feelings, ignore our needs, or avoid difficult emotions. But when we simplify, we make space to feel and process our emotions without distraction. We become more attuned to our inner world, allowing us to experience life more deeply. This emotional presence helps us navigate challenges with greater ease, as we become more aware of our emotional responses and better equipped to manage them. As we continue to simplify our lives, we begin to realize that the true joy of simplicity comes from the freedom it offers. When we let go of the need for external validation, the pressure to keep up with others, and the overwhelming desire for more, we experience a profound sense of freedom. We are no longer bound by societal expectations or the need to accumulate possessions, success, or approval. This freedom allows us to live authentically, following our own path and making choices that align with our true selves. The simplicity of living authentically brings joy and peace, as we are no longer distracted by the opinions or expectations of others. Simplicity also allows us to reconnect with our sense of wonder. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to overlook the beauty around us. However, when we simplify, we begin to see the world with fresh eyes. We notice the small wonders of life, the beauty of nature, the kindness of a stranger, the quiet moments of stillness. Simplicity encourages us to slow down and experience life more fully, inviting a sense of wonder and awe into our daily lives. This renewed sense of wonder brings joy and helps us to stay present in the moment. Living simply also means letting go of unnecessary competition. In a culture that often values achievement and status, it can be easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. However, simplicity invites us to let go of this competition and instead focus on our own journey. When we stop measuring our worth by external standards, we experience greater peace and contentment. Simplicity teaches us that we don't need to be the best at everything. We simply need to be true to ourselves and pursue the things that bring us fulfillment. Finally, simplicity encourages us to cultivate patience. In a world that constantly urges us to move faster and achieve more, simplicity offers a counterbalance. It teaches us to slow down, to take our time, and to enjoy the process rather than rushing toward the destination. By embracing the pace of simplicity, we learn to appreciate each step of the journey, finding joy in the small moments of progress and growth. In conclusion, the joy of simplicity is about embracing life's essentials and letting go of the distractions and pressures that often complicate our experiences. When we simplify, we create space for clarity, peace, and joy. We cultivate meaningful relationships, pursue our passions, and engage in self-care without the burden of excess. Simplicity encourages us to live authentically, focus on what truly matters, and appreciate the small moments that bring us joy. In this simplified existence, we find true fulfillment, free from the clutter and chaos of modern life. As we continue embracing the joy of simplicity, it's essential to recognize how simplifying our lives can lead to increased mindfulness. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of the present moment. However, when we simplify our surroundings, commitments, and daily routines, we allow ourselves the space to be more present. Mindfulness thrives in simplicity. When we declutter our lives and focus only on the essentials, we naturally become more attuned to the present moment, experiencing life with greater attention and appreciation. The ability to be present in every moment brings us closer to peace and fulfillment. Moreover, simplicity allows us to reconnect with the natural world. Often, in our pursuit of success and material accumulation, we become disconnected from the environment that sustains us. Simplifying our lives can involve spending more time outdoors, embracing nature's beauty, and fostering a deeper connection with the world around us. Whether it's going for a walk in the park, gardening, or simply sitting under a tree, nature has a powerful way of grounding us and reminding us of the simple pleasures in life. This connection to nature, free from distractions, brings a profound sense of calm and joy. Simplicity is also reflected in the way we approach our personal relationships. In a fast-paced world, relationships can become superficial, based on convenience or social expectations rather than deep connection. By simplifying our social circles, we make space for more authentic relationships. Quality over quantity becomes the guiding principle. Instead of trying to maintain many relationships, we focus on cultivating deeper bonds with a select few who align with our values, uplift us, and support our growth. These deeper relationships enrich our lives and provide a sense of belonging, fostering greater joy and emotional fulfillment. Another benefit of simplicity is the freedom it brings in terms of time. When we simplify our commitments and responsibilities, we free up valuable time that can be spent on what truly matters to us. With less pressure to keep up with obligations, we can focus on personal development, pursuing hobbies, nurturing relationships, or simply resting and rejuvenating. This newfound time allows us to align our activities with our passions and interests, rather than being driven by external demands. In turn, this enables us to create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Living simply can also improve our financial well-being. The pursuit of material possessions, social status, and external validation often leads to unnecessary spending and debt. By adopting a simpler lifestyle, we can reduce our reliance on consumerism, which not only frees up financial resources, but also reduces stress related to money. Living within our means, purchasing only what is necessary, and focusing on experiences rather than things allow us to create a more sustainable and fulfilling life. This approach to finances leads to a sense of financial freedom and peace of mind. Furthermore, simplicity teaches us the value of patience. In a world that encourages instant gratification, the practice of simplicity helps us to slow down and cultivate patience in all areas of life. Whether it's waiting for something important, giving time to develop a skill, or allowing relationships to grow naturally, simplicity encourages us to embrace the process rather than rushing toward outcomes. This patience fosters a deeper sense of contentment as we learn to enjoy the journey rather than focusing solely on the end result. As we simplify our lives, we also make room for greater creativity. Creativity thrives in an environment of simplicity because it allows us to focus on the ideas and projects that truly inspire us. In a world filled with distractions and obligations, it can be difficult to tap into our creative potential. However, when we simplify our schedule and environment, we clear the mental clutter that often stifles creativity. With fewer distractions, we become more open to new ideas, more willing to experiment, and more connected to our creative selves. Simplicity fosters a sense of deep gratitude. When we choose to simplify our lives, we begin to appreciate the small things that often go unnoticed: the warmth of the sun on our skin, a cup of tea shared with a friend, or a quiet moment to ourselves become sources of profound joy. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, simplicity encourages us to recognize the abundance already present in our lives. This shift in perspective promotes an attitude of gratitude, which is a powerful source of happiness and contentment. Living simply also encourages us to develop emotional resilience. In a complex world, we can easily become overwhelmed by the emotional turbulence of daily life. However, simplicity helps us focus on what truly matters, reducing the emotional clutter that drains our energy. By letting go of unnecessary stresses and distractions, we learn to respond to life's challenges with more equanimity and grace. Simplicity teaches us that emotional strength comes from within, and that we have the power to choose how we react to situations rather than being swept away by them. Simplicity can also bring a sense of empowerment. When we simplify our lives, we regain control over our time, energy, and resources. By consciously choosing to focus on what is truly important, we create a life that is intentionally aligned with our values. This sense of control gives us the confidence to make decisions based on what is right for us, rather than being influenced by external expectations. Simplicity empowers us to live authentically and pursue what brings us true happiness, rather than being bogged down by the noise of societal pressures. Another benefit of embracing simplicity is that it promotes better health. In a world that often prioritizes productivity over well-being, simplicity encourages us to take care of ourselves. Simplifying our daily routines can involve eating nourishing foods, engaging in regular physical activity, getting enough rest, and prioritizing mental health. With fewer distractions and obligations, we can focus on maintaining a healthy lifestyle that nurtures our physical and emotional health. By simplifying our health routines, we allow ourselves to cultivate a stronger mind-body connection and experience greater vitality. Simplicity can also help reduce our environmental impact. Our modern lifestyles, which are often based on consumerism and excess, contribute to environmental degradation. By embracing simplicity, we can reduce our consumption of resources, minimize waste, and adopt more sustainable practices. Living simply encourages us to choose quality over quantity, to reduce our carbon footprint, and to make mindful choices that contribute to the well-being of the planet. This practice not only simplifies our lives, but also fosters a sense of responsibility for the world around us. Another way simplicity enhances our lives is by promoting a sense of inner peace. When we are constantly bombarded with information, expectations, and distractions, it's easy to feel disconnected from ourselves. Simplifying our lives allows us to create the space for inner peace to flourish. Without the noise of modern life, we can connect with our inner wisdom, find clarity in our decisions, and experience a deep sense of calm. This inner peace becomes the foundation for a more balanced and harmonious life, where we can face challenges with grace and confidence. Simplicity also brings greater clarity of purpose. In a cluttered and chaotic world, it's easy to lose sight of what we truly want or need. However, by simplifying our lives, we can focus on our most important goals and desires. With fewer distractions pulling us in different directions, we are better able to assess what matters most and take deliberate action toward our purpose. Simplifying our environment, commitments, and priorities helps us stay true to our goals and maintain a clear vision for our future. The joy of simplicity is not about deprivation or restriction, but about abundance in its purest form. It's about recognizing that true wealth comes not from external possessions or achievements, but from the peace, contentment, and joy that we create from within. When we simplify, we remove the unnecessary noise and clutter that cloud our vision and prevent us from seeing the beauty of life. This clarity of vision allows us to appreciate the abundance that already surrounds us, our health, our relationships, our experiences, and our personal growth. Living simply also teaches us to value the present moment. In a world that constantly urges us to strive for the next goal, the next possession, or the next milestone, simplicity helps us focus on what is right in front of us. When we embrace the present moment without needing anything more, we discover a deep sense of peace and contentment. Simplicity encourages us to stop chasing after more and instead enjoy the richness of life as it is, in all its simplicity and beauty. In conclusion, the joy of simplicity is found in the freedom it offers. By letting go of excess, reducing distractions, and focusing on what truly matters, we open ourselves to a more fulfilling, peaceful, and meaningful life. Simplicity helps us connect with our true selves, develop deeper relationships, and appreciate the small moments that bring us joy. It empowers us to live intentionally, mindfully, and authentically, creating a life that reflects our deepest desires. In embracing simplicity, we unlock the fullness of life's beauty and experience true happiness, free from the clutter and chaos of modern living. Chapter 14. Building a self-sustained life. Building a self-sustained life is an empowering process that allows you to take full responsibility for your well-being, your happiness, and your future. It means creating a life that doesn't rely heavily on external sources for validation, happiness, or security. Instead, a self-sustained life is grounded in self-reliance, personal growth, and a deep understanding of your needs and desires. It's about creating a life where you are not dependent on others or on material things to feel fulfilled, but rather one where you cultivate your own internal resources to thrive. The foundation of a self-sustained life begins with personal responsibility. To be self-sustained, you must take ownership of your decisions, actions, and well-being. This means accepting that your life is largely shaped by the choices you make, and that you have the power to create the life you want. Personal responsibility involves recognizing that no one else can dictate your happiness or your success. It's entirely within your control. When you embrace responsibility, you stop looking outside yourself for answers and instead begin to trust in your own ability to navigate challenges and create positive change in your life. Self-sufficiency also requires cultivating financial independence. One of the key aspects of a self-sustained life is managing your finances in a way that allows you to be free from the constraints of debt or financial dependency. Building a self-sustained life involves taking control of your financial situation by saving, budgeting, and investing wisely. Financial independence means not relying on others or external sources for money and resources. When you have control over your finances, you gain the freedom to make choices based on what truly aligns with your goals, rather than being driven by financial pressures. In order to live a self-sustained life, it's crucial to develop emotional independence. Emotional independence means that you no longer rely on others to make you feel happy, valued, or validated. While relationships and social connections are important, true emotional sustainability comes from within. It's about learning how to cultivate your own sense of self-worth, manage your emotions, and practice self-care. Emotional independence enables you to navigate life's challenges with resilience because you are not dependent on others' approval or emotional states to determine your happiness. Another vital aspect of building a self-sustained life is developing your own set of skills. Self-sufficiency comes from being resourceful and capable. The more skills you develop, the less you rely on others for help, advice, or support. Whether it's learning how to cook, repair things around the house, grow your own food, or manage a small business, having a diverse set of skills gives you the confidence and independence to handle different situations on your own. Self-sustaining individuals continually strive to expand their knowledge and abilities, ensuring that they are self-reliant in various aspects of their lives. Building a self-sustained life also involves creating a strong sense of purpose. A life without purpose can feel aimless and unfulfilling, but when you have a clear sense of direction, you feel motivated and empowered to take action. Finding your purpose gives you the strength to make decisions that are aligned with your values and vision for the future. It also helps you maintain focus during difficult times, as you have a deeper understanding of what you are working toward. Your purpose becomes a guiding light, providing clarity and meaning in everything you do. Sustainability in life doesn't just refer to financial or emotional independence. It also involves sustainable practices in your daily habits and lifestyle choices. Living sustainably means making conscious decisions that protect the environment, support your health, and contribute to the well-being of future generations. This might involve reducing your carbon footprint, choosing organic or local food, conserving water, and being mindful of your waste. Sustainability in your lifestyle helps you live in harmony with the earth, and it reinforces your sense of self-sufficiency by reducing reliance on external resources. In a self-sustained life, it's important to maintain physical well-being through regular exercise, healthy eating, and rest. When you take care of your body, you enhance your ability to function independently and handle life's demands with strength and energy. A healthy body supports your mind and emotions, giving you the stamina and resilience needed to live a self-sustained life. Prioritizing your physical health ensures that you have the energy to pursue your goals, take on challenges, and enjoy life to its fullest. Building a self-sustained life also means cultivating mental clarity and focus. In today's fast-paced, information-overloaded world, it's easy to become distracted and overwhelmed. However, cultivating a calm, focused mind allows you to make clear decisions and take meaningful action. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or simply taking time for self-reflection help clear mental clutter and promote clarity. By developing a strong, focused mind, you gain the ability to create a self-sustained life rooted in conscious choices and deliberate actions. Time management is another key component of self-sustainability. How you spend your time directly impacts your ability to live independently and effectively. By organizing your schedule and prioritizing your activities, you ensure that your time is spent on what truly matters to you. Time management allows you to balance your responsibilities, personal growth, and leisure, creating a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. When you're in control of your time, you can invest it wisely in pursuits that contribute to your overall well-being and success. Building a self-sustained life also involves learning how to cultivate and maintain healthy relationships. While emotional independence is key, humans are inherently social creatures, and healthy connections are an important part of living a fulfilled life. Surround yourself with people who support your values, challenge you to grow, and respect your boundaries. Healthy relationships provide the social support you need to thrive without causing emotional dependency. Creating and nurturing these relationships strengthens your foundation, making it easier to navigate life's ups and downs with confidence. Spirituality can also play an important role in building a self-sustained life. Having a spiritual practice or belief system gives you a sense of grounding, purpose, and connection to something greater than yourself. Whether through religion, nature, meditation, or mindfulness, spiritual practices help foster a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. They remind you that you are part of something larger, and they provide strength and perspective in moments of uncertainty. A spiritual foundation allows you to trust in your path, even when external circumstances seem unpredictable. Self-sufficiency also means being proactive in solving problems. Life is full of challenges, but when you develop problem-solving skills and a resilient mindset, you can tackle obstacles with confidence. Rather than waiting for others to solve your problems or hoping that things will work out on their own, self-sustaining individuals take initiative and find creative solutions. They trust their ability to handle adversity and understand that challenges are opportunities for growth and learning. Another essential aspect of building a self-sustained life is learning to live within your means. This doesn't just apply to financial matters, but also to your emotional and physical resources. Living within your means involves recognizing your limitations and choosing to operate within them, whether that means saying no to certain commitments, avoiding overscheduling, or not overextending yourself in relationships. By recognizing and respecting your limits, you can conserve your energy and resources, allowing you to focus on what's truly important. In a self-sustained life, it's important to nurture self-compassion and resilience. Life is not always easy, and there will inevitably be times when things don't go according to plan. During these moments, self-compassion allows you to be kind to yourself and recognize that it's okay to make mistakes or face setbacks. Building resilience helps you bounce back from challenges, knowing that you have the inner strength to overcome them. This mindset of resilience is vital for living independently and maintaining a balanced, self-sustained life. Developing a self-sustained life also involves continuous learning and growth. Personal development doesn't end once you reach a certain milestone. It is an ongoing process. Whether you're learning a new skill, expanding your knowledge, or improving your habits, embracing a mindset of continuous growth allows you to stay adaptable and prepared for whatever life brings. A self-sustained individual understands that growth is essential to maintaining independence and adapting to the changing world around them. Finally, the essence of a self-sustained life is living authentically. When you embrace your true self and live according to your own values, desires, and beliefs, you create a life that is in alignment with your deepest truth. Authenticity allows you to remain grounded and confident, no matter what external pressures may arise. When you live authentically, you have the strength to make decisions that support your well-being and create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. In conclusion, building a self-sustained life is about taking full ownership of your happiness, well-being, and future. It requires cultivating self-reliance, financial independence, emotional strength, and personal growth. By embracing responsibility, nurturing your physical and mental health, developing your skills, and prioritizing what truly matters, you create a life that is rooted in independence and fulfillment. A self-sustained life empowers you to navigate challenges, enjoy the present moment, and create the life you desire, without relying on external sources for validation or happiness. To build a truly self-sustained life, you must also cultivate a sense of inner peace. A peaceful mind is one of the greatest assets in the pursuit of self-sufficiency, as it provides the clarity needed to make sound decisions. When your mind is free from chaos and negativity, you can approach life's challenges with a calm demeanor and a rational perspective. Inner peace allows you to be more proactive rather than reactive in your daily interactions and decisions. With peace of mind, you are better equipped to handle stress, uncertainty, and the inevitable obstacles that arise in life as you trust in your ability to handle them. Self-sufficiency also requires learning how to manage and balance your energy. Energy is a finite resource, and if we constantly give it away to people, situations, or tasks that don't serve our greater purpose, we can become depleted. By managing your energy wisely, you create a sustainable lifestyle where you have the physical, emotional, and mental resources to pursue your passions and goals. This could involve saying no to people or activities that drain you, prioritizing your well-being, and conserving your energy for what truly matters. Managing your energy is about knowing when to exert yourself and when to rest, ensuring that you maintain balance and avoid burnout. Part of building a self-sustained life also involves fostering independence in your decision-making. Instead of relying on others for validation or approval, trust in your own judgment and intuition. The ability to make decisions independently is one of the cornerstones of self-sufficiency. It's about taking the time to assess your options, reflect on your values, and trust that you have the knowledge and inner wisdom to make choices that are right for you. When you trust yourself to make decisions, you strengthen your sense of independence and confidence, empowering you to create the life you desire. In the process of building self-sufficiency, it's important to embrace the art of simplicity. Often, we complicate our lives by overthinking, overcommitting, and accumulating unnecessary things. Simplicity is a powerful tool for creating space in your life, allowing you to focus on what is most important. Simplifying your routines, your commitments, and your possessions can reduce stress, increase productivity, and help you prioritize your goals. It's about removing excess to make room for the things that matter most, helping you live a more intentional and fulfilling life. Building a self-sustained life also involves learning how to embrace change. Change is inevitable, and the ability to adapt is key to maintaining independence and stability. Rather than resisting change, embrace it as an opportunity for growth and reinvention. Whether it's a change in career, relationships, or lifestyle, flexibility allows you to navigate the unknown with confidence. Building resilience in the face of change helps you maintain a sense of control, even when external circumstances are shifting. By welcoming change with an open mind, you can continue to evolve and shape your life according to your values. Another crucial element of a self-sustained life is maintaining self-discipline. Discipline helps you stay focused on your goals and take consistent action toward achieving them. In the absence of external motivation or oversight, it's up to you to create structure and routine in your life. Building self-discipline means establishing habits that support your well-being, goals, and personal development. It's about making the small, everyday choices that align with your larger vision, even when you don't feel motivated. With self-discipline, you can create momentum that propels you towards success and fulfillment, no matter the obstacles in your path. In addition to developing self-discipline, building a self-sustained life also requires the ability to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. They help you avoid burnout, maintain healthy relationships, and stay focused on your priorities. Setting clear boundaries means understanding your limits and communicating them effectively to others. By respecting your own boundaries, you teach others to do the same, creating a life where your needs and desires are honored. Healthy boundaries ensure that you maintain balance and independence, enabling you to prioritize what truly matters. Self-sufficiency is also about cultivating a sense of gratitude. Gratitude transforms the way we see the world and our lives. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our perspective from what we lack to what we have. This shift in mindset helps us feel more content and fulfilled, regardless of external circumstances. Building a self-sustained life involves recognizing the abundance already present in your life, whether it's your health, relationships, or opportunities. By practicing gratitude regularly, you increase your resilience and ability to stay grounded, even during challenging times. Another critical aspect of self-sufficiency is developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that you can improve, learn, and grow through effort, practice, and resilience. With this mindset, you approach life's challenges as opportunities to learn, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Building a self-sustained life involves seeing failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. When you embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, you develop the resilience and perseverance needed to navigate life's complexities and continue moving forward toward your goals. Part of living a self-sustained life involves creating a sustainable routine that supports your overall well-being. A routine that prioritizes health, productivity, and emotional balance helps you stay grounded and focused, ensuring that you make time for what's most important. A sustainable routine doesn't mean rigidly adhering to a strict schedule. It means building habits that nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Whether it's a morning meditation, exercise, or dedicated time for personal development, creating a routine that works for you is key to maintaining consistency and balance in your life. Building a self-sustained life also means learning how to manage stress effectively. Stress is a natural part of life, but how we manage it can make all the difference in our overall well-being. Finding healthy ways to cope with stress, whether through exercise, relaxation techniques, or creative outlets, helps you maintain emotional and physical balance. A self-sustained life involves cultivating a sense of calm and resilience that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed. By managing stress effectively, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional strain, allowing you to remain focused on your goals. In a self-sustained life, it's important to cultivate a sense of self-love and compassion. Self-love is the foundation of everything you do. It's about honoring yourself, accepting your imperfections, and taking care of your mental and emotional health. When you love and care for yourself, you build the strength and resilience needed to live a fulfilling life. Self-compassion allows you to be patient with yourself during setbacks, to forgive yourself for mistakes, and to recognize that you are worthy of love and happiness. By prioritizing self-love, you create a life that is grounded in confidence and inner peace. Another key to building a self-sustained life is maintaining a strong sense of personal values. Your values guide your actions and decisions, and when you live in alignment with them, you feel more confident, fulfilled, and purposeful. Taking the time to clarify your values and ensure that your actions are in line with them is a powerful way to create a life that reflects who you truly are. Living authentically according to your values brings a sense of peace and satisfaction because you are not compromising yourself for external expectations or approval. As you build a self-sustained life, it's important to remember that personal growth is a lifelong journey. Self-sufficiency does not mean you are perfect or that you have all the answers, but it does mean that you are committed to continuous improvement and growth. Building a self-sustained life involves taking small, consistent steps toward becoming the best version of yourself. Embrace the journey and understand that growth happens gradually. The more you invest in yourself, the more resilient, capable, and empowered you will become. A self-sustained life also involves cultivating mindfulness in all aspects of your life. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment, without judgment or distraction. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily life, you are better able to make intentional choices, remain focused on your goals, and cultivate gratitude for the present moment. Mindfulness helps you build self-awareness and allows you to respond thoughtfully to challenges rather than reacting impulsively. In turn, this leads to greater emotional and mental stability, which is essential for living a self-sustained life. In conclusion, building a self-sustained life is a holistic process that requires personal responsibility, emotional independence, financial self-sufficiency, and continuous growth. It involves cultivating self-awareness, emotional resilience, and the ability to adapt to life's challenges. Through consistent effort, self-love, and mindful decision-making, you can create a life that is authentically yours, one that reflects your values, supports your well-being, and empowers you to navigate the world with confidence and grace. By building a self-sustained life, you create a foundation of strength, purpose, and fulfillment that allows you to live your best life. Chapter 15. Embracing the journey of self-discovery. Self-discovery is a lifelong journey, one that leads us to a deeper understanding of who we are, what we want, and how we can align our lives with our true purpose. Embracing this journey is essential to living an authentic and fulfilling life. It's about continuously seeking to understand yourself, being open to change, and allowing your experiences to shape and guide you. The path of self-discovery may not always be easy, but it is always rewarding. By embracing the process, you allow yourself the freedom to grow, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. The first step in embracing the journey of self-discovery is acknowledging that it's a process, not a destination. There's no final endpoint where you discover everything about yourself. Rather, it's a continual exploration. Every experience, every challenge, every relationship, and every success is an opportunity to learn more about yourself. Rather than focusing on a specific goal or outcome, embracing self-discovery is about being open to the ongoing process of growth. With this mindset, you can enjoy the journey rather than feeling frustrated by the uncertainty of not having all the answers. One of the most empowering aspects of self-discovery is the ability to uncover your true desires. Often we are influenced by external pressures, societal expectations, or the opinions of others, which can cloud our understanding of what we truly want. As you embark on the journey of self-discovery, you'll begin to peel back the layers of these external influences and listen more closely to your own heart. By understanding what you truly desire, you gain the clarity and direction needed to make choices that align with your authentic self, leading to a more fulfilling life. Along the journey, self-awareness plays a critical role. The more aware you are of your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and reactions, the better equipped you are to make conscious decisions. Self-awareness allows you to identify patterns in your life, recognize what works for you, and notice areas where growth is needed. As you embrace self-discovery, practicing mindfulness and reflection becomes an essential tool. It allows you to observe your own behaviors and understand the root causes behind them. This insight leads to deeper self-acceptance and the ability to make more intentional choices. Embracing the journey of self-discovery also involves confronting your fears and insecurities. Along the way, you may uncover aspects of yourself that you've been avoiding or that make you feel vulnerable. This can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for growth. Fear often holds us back from living authentically and reaching our full potential. By facing your fears, you begin to dissolve their power over you. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown, acknowledging and confronting your fears allows you to move forward with courage and confidence. Another key element of the self-discovery journey is the willingness to change. As you gain new insights into yourself, you may realize that certain beliefs, habits, or patterns no longer serve you. Embracing change is vital to your growth, as it enables you to let go of the old and make room for the new. Change may be uncomfortable at times, but it is also necessary for transformation. By embracing change with an open mind, you allow yourself the freedom to evolve and create a life that reflects your true self. As you progress in your self-discovery journey, you'll likely encounter moments of uncertainty. It's natural to question your path, to feel lost, or to wonder if you're on the right track. These moments of doubt are not signs of failure, but rather signs of growth. Self-discovery is not a straight line. It's a winding road with twists, turns, and detours. In these moments of uncertainty, trust in the process. Know that each step you take, even if it feels uncertain, is a valuable part of your journey. It's through uncertainty that you often find your greatest breakthroughs and realizations. Part of the beauty of self-discovery is that it allows you to embrace your uniqueness. In a world that often encourages conformity, the journey of self-discovery teaches you to value your individuality. You begin to appreciate the things that make you different, the quirks that define you, and the qualities that set you apart. Rather than trying to fit into a mold, you learn to celebrate your authenticity. When you embrace who you truly are, you gain the confidence to express yourself fully and live a life that is true to you, rather than one that seeks external approval. Self-discovery is also about understanding your strengths and weaknesses. By acknowledging both, you can learn how to leverage your strengths and work on areas where you may need improvement. Embracing your weaknesses doesn't mean accepting them as limitations, but rather seeing them as opportunities for growth. The journey of self-discovery invites you to continuously work on yourself, becoming the best version of who you are by building on your strengths and addressing your weaknesses with compassion and a growth-oriented mindset. Throughout the journey of self-discovery, it's essential to practice patience. Personal growth takes time, and it's important to remember that transformation doesn't happen overnight. The path may feel slow at times, and you may face setbacks along the way. However, with patience, you can persevere through difficult moments and trust that progress is happening, even if it's not immediately visible. Be kind to yourself and allow yourself the grace to grow at your own pace. Remember that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. The self-discovery process often involves redefining success. In a world that measures success through external achievements, career, status, wealth, self-discovery invites you to define success on your own terms. What does success mean to you? Is it about achieving certain goals, or is it about living authentically and fulfilling your own purpose? As you journey through self-discovery, you'll start to understand that success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's about aligning your actions with your core values and living in a way that feels fulfilling to you, rather than chasing external markers of success. Self-discovery also involves learning to trust your intuition. As you gain deeper insight into yourself, you'll begin to trust your inner voice more. Your intuition is a powerful guide, one that helps you navigate life's uncertainties and make decisions that align with your true desires. While logic and reasoning are valuable, intuition allows you to tap into a deeper knowing that comes from within. By trusting your intuition, you make decisions that feel right for you, even when they don't make sense to others. Another important aspect of self-discovery is forgiveness. Often, the journey involves healing past wounds, whether from childhood relationships or past mistakes. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened, but about releasing the emotional weight that holds you back. By forgiving yourself and others, you free yourself from the chains of resentment, guilt, and anger. This act of self-liberation creates space for healing and allows you to move forward with a heart that is open and full of compassion. The journey of self-discovery also includes developing a sense of gratitude. As you reflect on your life, you begin to appreciate the lessons, the experiences, and the people who have shaped you. Gratitude allows you to see the beauty in every moment and helps you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. It's through gratitude that you begin to realize how far you've come on your journey and how much strength you've gained from each experience. As you move forward on your journey, it's essential to embrace the idea that you are always evolving. Self-discovery is not about arriving at a final destination, but about continuing to grow, learn, and adapt. Your journey will likely look different at various stages of life, and that's okay. As you evolve, you may find that your values, goals, and desires change. Embrace this evolution as a natural part of the journey. It's through growth that we find new purpose and meaning in life, and we become better equipped to navigate the ever-changing landscape of existence. Along the way, you may encounter resistance, both from yourself and from others. Fear of change, fear of failure, and fear of judgment can create obstacles on the path of self-discovery. However, resistance is often a sign that you are pushing boundaries and challenging old ways of thinking. Instead of succumbing to fear or self-doubt, use resistance as an opportunity to break through old limitations. The more you confront and move past these fears, the more empowered and free you become to embrace your true self. The journey of self-discovery also teaches you the importance of self-compassion. As you explore your inner world, you'll undoubtedly come across areas of vulnerability or struggle. It's easy to be critical of yourself during these times, but practicing self-compassion allows you to approach your challenges with kindness and understanding. Be gentle with yourself as you uncover new layers of your being. Remember that self-discovery is a process of growth, and growth requires patience, self-love, and care. In conclusion, embracing the journey of self-discovery is one of the most rewarding and liberating paths you can take. It's about continuously evolving, learning from your experiences, and aligning your life with your true desires. The journey may be filled with uncertainty, challenges, and moments of doubt, but each step brings you closer to understanding yourself more deeply and living authentically. Embrace the journey with open arms, knowing that each experience, no matter how small or challenging, is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Through self-discovery, you unlock your true potential and create a life that is deeply fulfilling and aligned with your purpose. As you embrace the journey of self-discovery, it's essential to recognize that there will be moments of discomfort, and that's okay. These moments are often signals that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and breaking free from old patterns. Change is rarely easy, but it's necessary for growth. The discomfort you feel during this process is a natural part of transformation. When you push through these uncomfortable moments, you create the space for new opportunities and insights to emerge. It is through discomfort that you often find your true strength and resilience. The beauty of self-discovery is that it often leads you to explore new passions and interests that you never considered before. Along the way, you may stumble upon activities or areas of life that ignite your creativity and enthusiasm. These moments of discovery can lead you down paths you never thought possible, allowing you to tap into talents or interests that were dormant within you. The journey encourages you to step outside your normal routines and embrace new experiences. It's through these experiences that you deepen your understanding of what makes you feel truly alive. Self-discovery is not just an inward journey. It also involves how you relate to the world around you. As you learn more about yourself, you also become more aware of how you interact with others and how you impact the world. This increased awareness fosters compassion and empathy. You begin to recognize that everyone is on their own journey of self-discovery, and you become more understanding of the struggles and triumphs of others. This deepens your connections with others and allows you to form relationships based on mutual respect, acceptance, and understanding. The more you embrace self-discovery, the more you may find that your perspective on life begins to shift. Your values, priorities, and desires may evolve, and that's perfectly natural. Change is a constant companion on the journey of self-discovery, and it's important to remain flexible and open to new ideas and possibilities. As you grow, you will start to see the world through a different lens, one that is more aligned with your true self and the wisdom you've gained along the way. This shift in perspective opens up new ways of thinking and new ways of living that are more authentic to who you are. Another important aspect of self-discovery is learning to embrace your own vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is a source of strength. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you allow others to see the real you, unguarded and unfiltered. This authenticity is incredibly powerful, as it fosters deeper connections and allows for genuine self-expression. Embracing vulnerability also enables you to face your fears and insecurities head-on, allowing you to break free from the barriers that have held you back. It's through vulnerability that you truly allow yourself to grow and evolve. As you continue your journey of self-discovery, it's essential to cultivate patience with yourself. Growth takes time, and there will be moments when you feel frustrated with the pace of your progress. It's easy to compare yourself to others and think that you should be further along in your journey, but remember that everyone's path is unique. Patience allows you to honor your own timing and recognize that each step, no matter how small, is a significant part of the process. Embrace the journey without rushing toward the destination, and trust that everything unfolds exactly as it should. The journey of self-discovery also teaches you how to develop a deeper sense of trust in yourself. Trusting yourself means believing in your ability to make decisions that are in alignment with your values and goals. It's about knowing that you have the inner wisdom to navigate life's challenges, even when things seem uncertain. When you trust yourself, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and confidence, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. This trust in yourself strengthens your ability to create a life that is true to who you are. One of the most empowering aspects of self-discovery is learning to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism often holds us back from fully embracing who we are because we are constantly trying to meet impossible standards. The journey of self-discovery teaches you that perfection is an illusion and that it's okay to be imperfect. Embracing your imperfections allows you to let go of the need to be flawless and gives you permission to be human. It's in our imperfections that our true beauty lies. By accepting ourselves as we are, we unlock the power to live authentically and fully. As you continue your journey, it's important to remember that self-discovery is not a solitary endeavor. While much of the process involves introspection and personal reflection, it also involves sharing your experiences and insights with others. Whether through conversation, writing, or creative expression, sharing your journey can provide a sense of connection and belonging. It can also help you gain new perspectives and deepen your understanding of yourself. Engaging with others on their own journeys of self-discovery fosters a sense of community and mutual growth, reminding you that you are not alone in this process. One of the gifts of self-discovery is that it often leads to a sense of liberation. As you shed old beliefs, habits, and patterns that no longer serve you, you create space for new possibilities. You no longer feel confined by the expectations of others or the limitations of your past. The more you discover about yourself, the freer you become to make choices that align with your true desires. This freedom allows you to live with greater authenticity, courage, and joy. Embracing the journey of self-discovery is ultimately about liberating yourself from the constraints that have held you back and stepping into the full potential of who you are. Self-discovery also brings with it a deeper understanding of your purpose in life. As you explore your passions, values, and desires, you begin to uncover the reasons why you are here and what you are meant to contribute to the world. Your purpose becomes a guiding force, providing clarity and direction in all areas of your life. It gives you the motivation to pursue your goals, overcome challenges, and stay committed to living authentically. When you understand your purpose, you are better able to make choices that support your long-term vision and lead you toward fulfillment. Another powerful aspect of the self-discovery journey is learning how to embrace solitude. While the world often encourages constant interaction and engagement, solitude offers the opportunity to reconnect with yourself. It's in moments of solitude that we can hear our inner voice, reflect on our experiences, and gain clarity on our path forward. Solitude doesn't have to be lonely. Instead, it can be a time for deep reflection, creative expression, and personal growth. Embracing solitude allows you to strengthen your relationship with yourself and deepen your understanding of your own needs and desires. Throughout the process of self-discovery, you will inevitably encounter challenges. These challenges, whether emotional, physical, or mental, are opportunities for growth. Rather than avoiding them or succumbing to them, approach these obstacles with an open heart and a willingness to learn. Each challenge presents a lesson that can help you evolve and expand. The more challenges you face with resilience and an open mind, the stronger and more self-assured you become. Embrace challenges as stepping stones on your path to self-discovery, and trust that each one brings you closer to your true self. The journey of self-discovery also allows you to cultivate a deep sense of acceptance. Acceptance is the practice of embracing yourself fully, without judgment or criticism. It's about acknowledging your strengths, your flaws, your successes, and your failures without attaching any negative labels. Self-acceptance allows you to feel at peace with who you are, freeing you from the need to constantly prove your worth. When you accept yourself, you are more likely to show up authentically in the world and pursue your goals with confidence and clarity. As you deepen your self-discovery, it's important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Often we get caught up in the desire to achieve big milestones or reach specific goals, but the journey itself is just as important. Celebrate the small wins, the moments when you overcome a fear, make a decision that aligns with your values, or gain clarity on your purpose. These small moments are the building blocks of your larger journey and are worthy of recognition. Celebrating your progress helps you stay motivated and reinforces the belief that you are moving in the right direction. Self-discovery also means learning how to set boundaries that honor your personal growth. As you become more self-aware, you may realize that certain relationships, environments, or situations no longer serve you. Setting boundaries allows you to protect your energy, your time, and your emotional well-being. It's an act of self-respect that reinforces your commitment to your own journey of growth. By setting clear and healthy boundaries, you create the space needed to pursue your dreams, protect your peace, and foster meaningful relationships that support your journey. Ultimately, embracing the journey of self-discovery means embracing your fullest potential. It's about peeling back the layers that have been imposed on you by others and revealing the true essence of who you are. Self-discovery is not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you've always been at your core. This process allows you to live with greater purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Embrace the journey, knowing that it is not always linear, but always worthwhile. Every step you take brings you closer to your true self and a life that is fully aligned with your values, desires, and dreams. As we've learned, being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means embracing the freedom to connect with yourself, cultivate self-love, and create a life that's meaningful and fulfilling on your terms. By setting boundaries, nurturing your passions, and prioritizing your well-being, you can thrive in your own company and discover a deeper sense of happiness. Remember, the journey to happiness begins with you, and you have the power to shape your life. Thank you for joining us on this transformative path, and remember, true happiness lies in the peace you find within yourself.